Oh, hello, and welcome to Roll for Dameage. We are a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition stream of femmes and friends with great wit and all-natural crits.
You did it! Yay!
Yeah, that's our tagline. We have one of those. My name is Lily. I will be your dungeon host for this evening. This is a homebrewed world that I have created with my friends here, and we hope that you enjoy our stream. Joining me tonight, I have 4 amazing ladies that are going to introduce themselves.
Hey guys, my name is Amanda McKnight. I'm an actor, a model, a cosplayer, and you can find me on Instagram if you would like, at VampX13.
I'm Jessica Langer. I am a professor of public relations at Centennial College, and you can find me mostly on Twitter at Dr. Jessica Langer, because I'm that bitch.
Ooh. You're really using that word a lot today.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's yeah. I mean, I took a DNA test, you know.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. All right.
Hi, I'm Megan. I like to laugh. I'm an HR professional, and you can find me on Twitter at MegGibson, and I'm so excited for tonight.
Yay.
Hi, I'm Maxine. I'm an unemployed new grad. And you can find me nowhere.
Here.
Only here.
Only here.
Exactly.
And you can hire her.
Yes, please
Hire her to do things.
Yes.
Like criminology
And psychology.
and psychology.
Huh.
Yes, hire her to follow criminals and psychoanalyze
Oh, I'm
them.
a really good stalker.
But you can't find her anywhere, so it's kind of hard to hire her. If you need to hire Maxine for any criminal or psychology stalking,
Watch our stream.
yeah,
Watch our stream.
hit us up in the comments.
Exactly.
This is her resume, this stream.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Your parents are going to be so happy. Amazing. And yeah, like I mentioned, my name's Lily. You can find me on Instagram at justalil.nerd. You can find all of us at all of our Roll for Dameage social media, which is down in the bottom below, including updates and lore from our sessions. Sometimes it's hard to jump into a homebrewed world. I understand that, but we got all of it in the links below. So real quick, just some fun things that are happening. I want to first give a big shout out to our new dice sponsor, Beholder's Gaze, who you can buy some of their beautiful, beautiful dice. We have some of them here today with us, along with ice cream. So ice and dice cream. No, dice and ice cream.
And ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we got lots of goodies from them. You can have some of these dice. You can have some of these dice if you just go to beholdersgaze.com and use the coupon code DAMAGE10. That is damage with an E. That is how we pronounce our name. We are Roll for Dameage, which a lot of people don't get for some reason.
So easy though. So
Right?
catchy.
Yeah.
We're dames, so that's the... Get it?
Thanks, Amanda.
Yay.
Explaining.
I feel like my goal for this stream is that, like, if you Google roll for damage, it will no longer come up with did you mean roll for damage?
I was thinking about reaching out to those Roll for Damage guys and being like, hey, do you want to shout us out? Or like make a video that's like, hey, if you were looking for a Roll for Dameage when you got here. I like to think that all of their 4,000 YouTube subscribers are actually from us and people like misclicking like their thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, they should kick us back some.
Yeah.
They should.
So
I agree.
if you're from Roll for Damage,
Help us out.
yeah. We have ice cream today on stream, which is exciting. Also exciting, upcoming, if you are in the Toronto area and you are a dame, we are doing a Roll for Damage ladies, trans-inclusive, femme-identifying D&D night at Stormcrow Manor, who is one of our very good friends.
And sponsors.
Yeah, and
friends.
amazing place to nerd out and play some Dungeons and Dragons. So you will be able to go to that on September 23rd if you are in Toronto. Check us out. We are on Meetup. Go to torontodnd.com if you're interested in that.
Yes.
And I think that is all of our announcements for today.
Also, follow
Yes.
Ben at Can We Play Already?
Yes, big shout out to our producer, Ben. Can we play already? who is the greatest, and none of this stream would exist if not for him and his amazing production studio. So check him out on Twitch. It's Can We Play Already? You'll also see him in the chat, and on Twitter at Can We Play Tweets. Yay! I did it. I did all the announcements. So we have had a couple of very interesting past sessions. Last week on Tuesday, by the way, you can also check us out every Tuesday here at 8 p.m. Yeah, and I'm getting the announcements.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a
Like
flow
they're
to
doing
it.
right now.
Yeah, but I'm reminding them
doing
if
it,
they want
we're
to come
doing it.
next week. We're here next week also.
Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST.
Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST, and sometimes other things. But anyways, so last week on Roll for Dameage, we were missing Zara and Cassi as they had been traumatized by the encounter with the Flind the week prior, but in Avarian time, that would have been 2 days ago. They holed themselves up in the archive of the Lowa Mountains to do some research, Cassi obviously being the main researcher in this endeavor. And so Bree and Harper went on a journey. They heard of a magical power called the Wishing Well in some kind of temple deep in the Lowa Mountains. They were joined by Flynn, as you may remember, who is our non-binary Avarian druid dwarf friend, and our new friend who was a dwarven cleric. So they ventured down into the temple depths and they encountered a few strange things. What'd you see down there, Harper? What'd you do?
Well, there was this really cool temple, and there was this wishing well with a pillar kind of thing on it that had all these cards on it. And when people were picking them up, everyone was getting these cool visions about this other cool statue that was like bark and stone and had this really awesome magical essence that was like the physical presence of the magic of the Avarian forest. So this huge ancient magical being. So Harper was very enthusiastic, let's say.
It took initiative
And impulsive, and kept pulling some cards, and some random monsters kept coming out, and no one died, thankfully.
Except for the monsters.
But it was very scary. It was a lot of pain and fightings, and especially after running away from the Flind.
The Flind.
It was a tough battle, but we got it, and we also got a pink sparkly gem from this battle as well, from the first monster, that we're not sure what it's from, what it does, but after the battle we explored this cavern a little bit more and found a gate to the Underdark. Yes. And this is where
all the monsters are coming from.
That's where the monsters are coming from. And that was that.
So, a gate has been opened deep in the Lowa Mountain to the Underdark. Monsters are pouring in. They are being corrupted by some kind of entity. You've been faced with this corruption before, those pustules, those boils. You now have some kind of crystal, TBD what it does. Flynn had some kind of vision, but who knows? Flynn's always having visions. Zara and Cassi, I would suspect that it's pretty standard what you guys have been up to for the past day. You were both emotionally traumatized after seeing Harper basically die. But she's not dead. She's right there. She ain't dead. You thought she was dead. She ain't dead. But you hold yourselves up into the archives. And what have you been looking for, Zara?
Any reference at all to any of this stuff? Wait, what? Wait, why is everybody laughing? Is this a thing? Like, did I miss something?
No.
Nothing.
No, did I, like...
No?
Guys!
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you not noticing what's happening?
Okay.
Anyway, so you have been searching diligently, looking for any mention of this corruption, the monsters.
Yeah.
What specifically? What have been your questions?
How do I make it go away? Is there a thing that? But
roll me an investigation check.
Roll investigation.
Are these? This is not how we reference things.
Cassie
Maxine,
has woken up from a nap, she's got some.
So this is neither Chicago style nor MLA style, and I'm very confused about this. No,
Cassie
okay, so I'm
is
rolling investigation.
helping.
Oh, Cassie. Okay, Cassie is helping. All right, so
while Zara is up to her neck in scrolls and documents and books, poring
that
over
is a
things.
natural 20.
Perfect. Cassie has been sleeping in various parts of the archives, and over the course of her day, has picked up some notes that have just been stuck to her.
So do I get all of them because I rolled a nat 20?
Yeah, absolutely you do, and you also get more. But before we flash back to all of this useful information that Cassie has now acquired, because Cassie was doing the brunt of the research. Sorry, Zara.
But wait. Explain how this works.
It'll all be explained momentarily. On the way back up from your expedition, Harper, Bree, your other friends have sort of peeled off as they go about the new things that they have to take care of. But you guys, there's a tension going on here as you make your way to the archives where you know you have left Cassie and Zara.
Hey, Bree, that was rough back there. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have picked those cards. I was being stupid and I was being impulsive, and sometimes I get.
But it's okay. We've all been stupid and impulsive before.
Sometimes I get like this, and that running away from that hyena creature thing really hit me, and those poor dwarves that had to die because I wasn't strong enough. I get these flare-ups. I'll be fine. I just need to work through whatever this one is now. But I shouldn't bring it out on you, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a part of life. I mean, you've lived here your entire life, right?
Yeah. Thank you for being understanding. That really means a lot.
Just don't get us killed, okay? Like, I know I seem like I maybe have a death threat or two, but I don't really want to die in this mountain. I'd like to die somewhere nicer, personally.
For sure, like beyond the leaves. You mentioned yesterday that you wanted to go back to your friends and your family and your plant.
My friends and my family? I don't remember mentioning that. Yeah, I do have a plant.
Yeah.
I do have a plant. I hope my plant's okay.
Well, you just said, like, you had people and plants to get back to, and
Oh, yeah, I know some people in Waterdeep. Yeah. It's not a big deal. I mean, I have a business, right? So, I just want to make sure the books are running okay.
Is Waterdeep nice?
Is Waterdeep nice? Yeah, it's nice in a way.
Could I go back with you someday and see it? When you said you wanted to go back to your people, it made me realize I don't have anyone to go back here to. And you guys have been probably the best friends I've ever had, even in such a short time. And if that's not too much to ask, like, I don't have to, stay with you and whatever business just to find my way back. It's fine. It's.
Of course. I mean, I've never really had a home. When I said I came here to look for my family, I wasn't... I know it always seems like I'm not being honest with you guys, and I'm going to level with you. Sometimes I'm not the most honest person. But I left here a long time ago, and I lost my family. And I went and fell into Waterdeep and had to find my own family. It's hard being alone in the world.
It is.
And I wouldn't want that I wouldn't want that for you. I wouldn't want that for anyone. Of course. It's kind of a weird home, though. So are you okay with that? It's not very conventional, some say.
I mean, I'm sure the forest isn't conventional for you, so I'm sure I can manage.
Yeah, it's definitely not conventional.
An awkward silence passes, and Harper just kind of gives her a little nudge on the shoulder, a friendly, like, yeah.
Nice.
Bree goes and holds Harper's hand.
Oh. And with that, you two approach where you've been pointed in the direction of the archives. There's no door. It's sort of this giant circular arch that's about 10, 15 feet tall. Just looks like this big portal in the wall. You enter through, and everything is made out of stone. All of the bookcases, shelves, tables, even the seats, though they do have nice padded little cushions on them, are all carved out of various different types of stones. It's not hard to find Cassi and Zara in the archives because at this point, Cassi has just wandered up from one of her napping spots in the bookshelves and sort of trudged over to find Zara, and she has all of these notes stuck to her.
Cassie has all the notes stuck to her?
Yeah, they're literally stuck to
Okay.
her face because I think she fell asleep in a pile of notes, probably.
I did the research.
Do they have Post-its in the Avarian?
Oh yeah, totally.
So it's not like Romeo and Michelle who invented Post-its?
Did you?
Wait, what?
I'm old, okay? Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, I heard Romeo and Juliet. I'm like,
No.
wait,
Wait,
different story.
what? Is that actually the inventor of the Post-it note? Oh,
No.
It's a movie where forget it. Just forget it.
I know what you're
Anyways.
You know what I'm
I know
talking
what you're
about.
talking
Anyway, so she's got Post-it notes stuck to her face.
Yeah, and as you like look at her, you're kind of like, wait, what is this? And you take one of the notes off of her face, and as soon as you do, it's like lightning has struck you. You've been pouring through tons of these research scrolls, ancient stories, archives, etc., and you recognize these names. Why don't we read them out?
The Forgotten Stars. The Forgotten Stars. I probably should be wearing my glasses, but I'm not going to. The Alphae's Lament. Lystra. The Cost of Fire. And The Hungry Vines.
So all of these sound familiar, and you know, based off of your research that you've done here, that these are all jewels and gems of immense power.
So each of them is a gem.
Yes.
The Hungry Vines is a gem,
Uh-huh.
but
I
it's
found that.
plural. Okay. Okay.
They're all names of ancient artifacts of power that
Okay.
were scattered all over the Avarian forest during the War of the Flames. You're not
Okay.
sure exactly when, if it was right after the War of the Flame, or like right after the Alphae sacrifice, or during the actual war itself, but these appeared sometime around then. You know also, based off of your research, that it kind of sounded a little bit familiar. One of them was bright red pearls. Another one was like a square of like blue gem. Another one's kind of a mint colored assortment of rocks.
Okay.
And another one is like a gold and teal gemstone.
like this one,
Yeah.
the one that I have.
Yeah.
This one?
As you pull that out and you look at it, you realize through the haze of this like hours and hours of cramming, you saw a drawing just like that. You go back through all of the books and you see it in there, and you realize that those names are associated with those gemstones.
The ones that we have.
Yeah.
All of them are. We
Yeah.
have them.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know what they do, or why they exist, or who made them?
All you
or-
know is that they have legendary powers of some sort. There is some kind of activation that needs to occur in order for you to get those powers. You know that they have already leveled you up and increased your abilities, but these scrolls, they sound more like, fairy tales, legends, lore. It's not precisely like, go to B52 and say the name Bluebark.
Y'all, this is gonna be some Captain Planet shit right here.
And so I imagine Zara is getting very excited and
Yeah.
like being very loud about that. And then just from around the corner come Harper and Bree holding hands.
Hey guys! I let go Bree's hand and go up and hug Zara. Did you find anything?
Yeah.
What did you find?
You want to sit down?
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, I'll stand.
Bree. Bree's like the original hipster.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Is everyone sitting? Oh, I better do the non-conventional.
Yeah.
So Zara goes from like being really, really, really excited to having that, you know, like when something happens and you just like sort of get this like cold like flash
Oh,
of
is Zara
like.
upset because they're holding hands?
Yeah. Did you just realize this right now?
I don't know. Bree's held a lot of hands in her day.
Well,
The biggest
alright.
Zarper fan.
I don't know.
Well,
It's yeah. So there's some. Where's yours?
Oh, the gems?
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's?
Oh, we're doing the gem thing. Yeah, I got them.
Yeah, we're doing the gem thing.
Did you find out what they do?
Nope. I
Oh.
found out that they're important.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
not to discredit your research. I'm sure you worked hard, but
I feel like we already knew they were important.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but we have to do something with them all together.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
Like
what?
the Infinity Gauntlet.
Like
What's
So, from your research,
to
you
us.
would have gleaned the names of various locations. So, as
Okay.
you see on these notes here that were stuck to Cassie, there is a name and a location
Yes.
for each of them.
the Alpha. Do I know which one is which?
Yes, so you go back to that giant tome that you've been reading.
Okay.
The Alphae's Lament is Harper's.
Interesting. All right. So yours is either from Lystra or is supposed to be in Lystra or is there's something significant about Lystra with that one. And then the cost of fire. Which one is that?
The Cost of Fire, that is Bree's.
Interesting. Unsurprising. The Altium clan. Where's the Altium clan from?
Shoot, I don't have my map here that my friend made me, but Altium, they have a section, I believe they're in the southeast of the forest.
Okay. So how far is that from here?
It would be probably a half a week travel.
Oh, maybe we can just drop Bree off and leave her there. That'd be great.
Ooh.
That's Zara, not
Zara's brain.
I love you, Amanda.
Yeah,
no, I know.
do.
Yeah.
well, I mean,
and then what is the
want.
runes of Ralik?
That you don't recognize the name of at all. It's not associated with a clan. Sorry, which gem was that one?
That was the Hungry Vines.
The Hungry Vines, that one is yours.
Interesting. And then the Forgotten Stars is associated with the Dat clan. And
That one is Cassie's.
Cassie's. Aw. Forgotten Stars.
Cassie, thank you for finding all of this research for
You're
us.
so welcome.
Did you fall asleep on it? Because that's really cute.
I'm the better researcher.
I love that you just came out and said that.
Cassie now
You know
goes into a life of academics.
You know what though? I can't even be mad because it's Cassie. Like she's just so like filterless.
Cassie, give me an intelligence check.
That's me. All right.
What is that?
It's a 5. Minus?
+1.
+1. Okay, good. So, Cassie, you're like, you're doing your usual Cassie thing, and you're like, yeah, I found this research. I wrote these notes. You didn't write these notes. You don't know where they came from. All you know is that, like, it's been a super boring day of Zara just, like, reading stuff at the library, and she won't talk to you because her nose is in a book. So you've just been wandering around the archives, napping in various locations, up against
Strategic
bookshelves, under tables, etc. And you just know that in your most recent nap location, when you woke up, you kind of heard a clink, clink. But you don't know what it was, and then when you woke up, you just like wandered over to Zara, and Zara was like, "You have all this stuff on you," and all the notes were there. So,
Huh.
And but yeah, what? Why? How did these? Like
so
they're
you
just
just found out
notes.
the name of the stones, but that's it. That's all we know.
Well, we also know where they either are from, or where they're associated with, or some kind of other information about them.
Or they just have random names of places on them. How do we know?
How likely do you think that is? Statistically, how likely do you think it is that they're just random names of places associated with random gems? How useful do you think that is?
I mean, statistically, almost anything is possible, though, when you think about it.
But we're not talking about possibility, we're talking about probability. I know that it might be a little bit hard for you to grasp.
Yeah, I guess.
Should we tell you guys what we went through the past day as well?
I definitely want to hear from you. Are you okay?
I mean, I'm still a little shaken after the running from the hyena thing, but I'm doing okay. We went down. We met up with Flynn again, and another wasn't a druid but a cleric, Anglin, who's super friendly as well, and really helped as well with the healing. But we found this tomb that had the spirit of the forest, the physical presence of the magic of the Avarian. It was a beautiful, sad statue, bark and stone-like. It was really cool.
Zara, as soon as you hear this and the description of this statue, another, not a light bulb, but fire goes off in your head, and you start frantically searching through the piles of books and scrolls. Underneath, you pull it out from under Cassie because she's sort of sitting on it.
Me again.
That's so Cassie.
You unfurl it, and it's a beautifully written sort of ballad. Yeah, ballad is the word that I'm looking for. That speaks of during the War of the Flames, after the Alphae sacrifice, the deity of the forest, the embodiment of the Avarian, was ripped apart. It doesn't say why. It's a very beautiful passage or ode to the Avarian body. All you know is that body was ripped apart and has been known to then appear in various parts of the Avarian forest since that year.
So it was ripped apart, but it appears whole?
Mm-hmm. It regrows.
It regrows
in different parts of the forest.
But then, so it regrows and then stays, or it regrows and then
stays.
Okay.
That's why I was down there when they were there.
So are we talking like a sapling or like a cutting, like a leaf cutting? It was ripped apart, but now different ones are growing from different cuttings.
You're not really sure. You just know what is said in this ballad, which just describes it as being destroyed and then reborn, and then destroyed and reborn. And with every destruction comes a new beginning, etc.
Like
poetry.
Oh, it's hashtag poetry. Okay, so I'm gonna tell Harper. Harper, it sounds like you saw this thing, this. I have a reference here to it. It's it's regrowing.
Yeah.
It's alive. So did it seem alive? Did it seem?
It seemed pretty dead.
It seemed empty. Didn't you have a vision about it too, Bree?
Oh, are we talking about that now? Yeah, I saw a portal opened up, and it wasn't good. What I saw wasn't very good. We don't have to really talk. Do you guys want to talk about that?
I mean, if we're putting together a sense of what actually happened, it would certainly be helpful to know what actually happened.
All right. Well, basically, I saw this portal was opened up. All this is really bad. Trizzle was there, and then and then I don't know. It looked like Nezra. Killed the stone giant thing.
The Nezra killed the forest.
The statue of it, at least, that she was hacking with it with an axe. You said,
She I've killed some things.
She was crying. You said as well during it. So there might have been something going on. We were gonna go talk to her about it too.
It's when you really hate someone, but then you also are kind of but they kind of attractive or something like that. I've never cried that hard, but I've definitely shed a tear when I've had to kill someone before.
I mean, I can understand what you're talking about, interestingly enough.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Harper? Have you ever done that? When you maybe it's just because you get really impassioned. Maybe she was just passionately killing.
That I can't relate to.
Yeah.
It could happen.
You know, your emotions kind of get away from you sometimes.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what was going on, but it did not look good.
Yeah. But that whole place has a lot of magic to it. I don't know the full thing, but there was also
cards.
Yeah, there was a wishing well kind of thing that had a podium with it that had some cards.
There was no water in it, but it kind of felt like cobwebs.
It was weird. The cards is what triggered the visions and some magic monster bad things, but we killed it. It's fine. And also the gate to the underworld is down there too.
Yeah, that's the thing that I saw. Yeah.
Well, okay, so that might have been something to start with.
That's what I said. I just said that.
That's not. No,
I thought you said a portal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's different than saying the gate to the underworld.
Well, I
I
mean-
feel like there's like portals are all kinds of things, but gate to underworld is something highly specific and relevant to this particular situation. This is making it more dramatic than it needs to be. This is very dramatic. Have you seen all the shit on the walls?
Oh my gosh, that's why I don't want to tell you guys anything.
No, but this is
overreacting.
information we need. So maybe we're just reacting.
All right, well, we have to deal with this. We have to deal with this covertly, okay? We can't just go around talking about the gates of the underworld.
This, you know what? The stuff on the walls and like the whole death thing, that's not particularly subtle right now. This is like how like they are not being particularly covert about coming in through hell.
To come to hell.
We don't technically the Underdark.
We don't know
Let's
that
go
it's
to the
her.
Underdark.
Well, okay.
Cassie,
Cassie,
this is why I don't want to tell you things like that.
Yeah, I also don't want to tell her anything.
But adventure is out there.
Maybe we should go talk to Nesfera
Cassie, are
and see
you
what
high?
They're just really tired.
I like just to imagine
800 times.
Cassie says adventure is out there, and then her eyes just go all like anime
Like sparkly. Oh my god. So I'm gonna go like next to Harper, and I'm gonna because I'm gonna notice that Harper is not like.
Do you notice?
I think so. I mean I have like I my intelligence score is 19.
Yeah.
Well, I mean I can
Normally
roll for
Harper-
perception if you want me to.
Normally Harper's like smiling, but she's not.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of missed her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna like so Har- like
Yeah.
like so.
Sarah's jealous now because Bree and Harper were holding hands.
Are you? Yes. Precisely. Precisely. That is exactly what is
All
happening
part
right
of
here,
Bree's
right now.
master plan to get them together.
Whoa.
Maybe, you don't know.
I think Bree just wants to like shag her.
Shay Harper?
Yeah.
Just shag?
I don't know.
Yes. I lived in London for 5 years. Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know. I think Bree wants to shag a lot of people, so.
Yeah, and also maybe not people. Like I don't
plant?
We don't slut shame Bree.
Are you
know what?
shipping Bree
yeah,
and
no.
Steven?
You know,
I am now.
Bree is welcome to anybody she wants other than Harper.
Whoa. Whoa. Lines were drawn today. Ladies and gentlemen.
I like this.
Yeah, super
You're just
fun.
going to encourage her. All right.
I know I am. I know
Don't
I
tell
am.
her.
You wanted to have a heart to heart with Harper?
You guys go.
So
Harp to harp.
Harper. So harp to harp. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
So Harper. So
Yeah.
can I see your wrist?
Yeah,
Can I-
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna touch these and see if it does anything. All right. Maybe we need the others.
You gently
to, like-
brush your gemstone against Harper's gemstone. A tingle of electricity passes between you as your eyes meet for the first time. Having not seen each other for 2 days, suddenly a lightness comes over you.
I play Careless Whisper.
Of course you do.
I need to
Did
learn
you? Did that help? Did that?
I mean, it helped. I don't know if it did anything, but it helped. Did you feel better?
A little bit. I've been kind of going through a rough time. I was telling Bree I kind of have these flare-ups sometimes of just feeling bad, and just being with you guys helps.
Well, I'm glad. I mean, I never want you to feel bad. I want you to feel happy.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know that we can't provide like killing and stuff. I mean, maybe a little, but
You've been doing a pretty good job so
Yeah.
far.
I guess so. Like I don't know,
Killed a
but
couple things.
but I kind of feel like so. Harper, I feel like maybe you would be even happier if you didn't have to kill anything.
Well, that's what we were talking about before too. Of when you guys are ready to leave the forest, I want to come with you. I want to see Waterdeep. I want to know more about your guys' lives and the archives and the libraries you went through. Not that I'm the best reader, but just to see it.
I can read
and then,
to you. It's not that hard.
As you
I
guys are
can teach you to
having
read.
as you say that, Harper, you then hear from like kind of under the table underneath you, like, well, Harper, don't go.
Monty!
And out falls Monty.
Monty, it's so dangerous here.
Oh no, I came with lots of people. They brought me here real safe.
How did you even get through the fog?
Oh, we came with lots of people. We got here real safe. It was a very good expedition.
Who did the rogue teach you to do that? Bree.
How far away are you guys from us, by the way? Do we know
I thought
this
you guys
one?
are all like at the
Oh,
same
okay.
table.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know.
I think they
thought you
just
guys,
like
went
cozied
away.
up.
Yeah.
No, like
Oh.
library session.
He's a child. Why would you? Did you teach him to do this?
What? No.
Bree didn't teach me anything. I just showed up here, and then somebody said you were here, and then I came to find you, and now I know that Harper's leaving, and I'm very sad.
No, Monty, not for a long time. Don't you worry. No. I give him a great big hug. And Monty, no, I'm here. I'm right here. Hey, Monty, who's my biggest fan?
It's me.
It is?
Yeah.
And you want to know why? Because you're the strongest little bot I know.
Yeah, I
Monty,
ran super fast.
You did a really
Lystra.
good job getting here, though, man.
Yeah, I did. I went. Yeah. So when you gave me that
Very
note to
stealth.
go to Lystra, I made it back there all by myself. I was in the forest. I was like.
How was Lystra? What happened?
Oh, Lystra was good. When I gave them your note, they were all very, very concerned, and so now there's some people that came that wanted to keep an eye on, say hi to you. So they're all here now, and everybody's here now.
Everybody? How many people's everybody?
Oh, like a lot of people from like each of the clans wanted to be here, so there's a lot. It was a whole like we marched with like 50 people over here. Everyone was
wow.
keeping me safe. Bruto taught me how to use a dagger on a
Bruto's
dummy.
here?
Bruto taught you how to use a dagger?
Yeah, I love Bruto.
Bruto's pretty cool.
Bruto is gonna.
Don't tell him I said that.
Okay,
But remember...
he knows though. He said you're pretty cool too.
Bree like blushes for a second, but then like waves it. Like,
But we only use
whatever.
daggers when we really need to, right? We've had this talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, he now has like a little leather holster with a dagger, but he like doesn't even touch it. He just like puts his hands on
That's
his
so
hips.
Okay.
cool.
He's just like
Yeah.
trying to like stick it out more and be like, yeah, I don't never need to touch it until we need to.
Well, you know, Monty, if you ever do want to learn more about how to use it, you're always welcome to come.
Will you teach me with
visit me.
Bruto? Will you teach me together?
Sure, yes, yeah, we'll teach you. I'll teach you some.
And I'll supervise.
And I'll also. Super.
But you guys gotta come quick because they want to say hi to everyone.
Is that what they want to say? Did you
Like right now.
Is that what is? Are they mad?
I don't think so, but I mean, honestly, I'm not a super good judge of that.
Well, that's fair. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna take Harper's hand.
I like that Monty knows that.
I'm just bad at people a little bit.
Cool.
So you take Harper's hand?
Yeah.
Before Bree can get.
Well, because Bree is
This is
now
mine.
because I noticed her blushing. Would I have noticed her blushing about Bruto?
I don't know. Roll a deception versus a perception.
Okay. Would she be trying to deceive me by?
And Bree's always trying to
Bree's always
deceive
trying to
everyone.
deceive people.
That is a 16 plus whatever.
Would that be deception or performance?
Either, whatever you want.
I guess it wouldn't be persuasion.
And then insight or perception for you. Zara.
16.
That is 18 plus. Wait, where's perception?
You rolled an 18?
I rolled an
What
8.
did you
No,
roll?
sorry, I rolled a 16 plus.
It's in your skill box there. Yeah.
Deception or perception?
Perception
So
or insight.
plus 1. Insight.
Or insight, whatever.
So insight's plus 4, so an unnatural 20.
Yeah, so
You noticed it.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna just be really relieved about like the fact that she.
I like that Zara's like, well, she's into Bruto, so it's probably not going to happen. Because that's the thing with Bree. She's like, I'm a
one person.
Yeah, I feel like Zara is like intensely monogamous
people.
and doesn't really understand the idea of not being so. Bree's like
crazy
extremely not.
polyamory, like
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah.
And
Just-
Cassie's just here, like,
Cassie's just
dwarven.
like, I have post-its on my
want to
face.
go to the Underdark, yo.
So you grabbed a Harper's hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monty grabs Cassie's
Just settle
hand.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bree grabs her own hand and is
Okay.
like, well, we should probably go.
Yeah, come on, guys. Everybody wants to say hi and to tell you to do things. And
Are there dwarves? Wait, tell us to do things. Wait, are there dwarves? What about, were there any dwarven, we're like in Lowa, so are they there?
Are they dwarven dwarves?
what?
No,
I'm trying to remember the names of the characters.
Bruto? No.
No. Durin and Burkor
Oh.
and Nezra, are they?
Oh yeah,
They're all there.
all the fancy the Vizes and the Polises and the
Oh,
people.
So who's left in Lystra to look out.
Oh,
the
a
list
bunch of people are left there too. Just some of the people. If you just come, you'll see all of them.
Okay,
All right. Okay,
We're gonna go. Let's go.
Hey, Monty, thanks for coming get us and being super careful when you're on your own. I'm proud of you, and I give his head a little shake.
He like sticks out his like.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I got it. That's like his thing.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
He's got his
You're gonna be a
little
great fighter
dagger.
someday, bud.
Probably not.
He'll get it hiding.
So you let Monty lead you off. You're not going to the same trophy room that you were received in before. He leads you into like that palatial estate that Burkor was residing in, but instead of taking you into the trophy and throne room, you're led into what is sort of a reception hall. It's a big marble chamber, rectangular shape. There's a variety of like benches and seating areas around, copious amounts of flowers somehow, all in like potted plants. You don't know how they're kept alive. But here there are about 50 people. Somebody give me, all of you give me perception. Why not?
14
Oh, it's beside me.
14.
14,
Oh, perception?
15.
15,
5.
5.
3, obviously. 3's distracted.
Yeah. So
Clearly.
Bree is really distracted looking for Bruto, but like trying to be really cool about it. So she's actually just looking at the floor.
I'm watching
looking at people's
Monty just to make sure like he's doing okay, if
Yeah.
any cuts or bruises.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah, Monty's got Cassie's hand walking along. Cassi and Zara, you both are scanning the crowd, and you easily pick out a few familiar faces. Bruto is like way in the back of the room talking to some people that you recognize as from the Gendil house. Rivieri and Tomas are not there. You don't really recognize that many people aside from Bruto in the back. There's a number of Alphae, probably like more Alphae than you've seen in one place before. They seem to be very interested in something. Burkor, Durin, and Nesva are sort of like making the rounds, it looks like, and talking to different people and sort of like making arrangements. It's hard to spot them because, you know, they're a little shorter than everyone else, but you do see them making their way through the crowds. There are also a number of dwarven, like what appear to be like waiters and servers just walking around with trays of drinks, and it appears to be some sort of reception. So far, nobody has noticed you guys. What do you want to do?
So do I feel any sort of like with like my Alphae blood, do I feel any like weirdness or twinge or any kind of anything with all of the Alphae there? Is that how that works?
No, so your Alphae blood is like very, very far removed. So it's like your great grandmother, I think, or something like that. Like it's a little ways down the line. But you don't feel anything other than just sort of this sense of like, whoa, my people.
My people.
Can I like take people aside and just be like, guys, we should be very careful because like we don't know what Nezra is capable of.
Yeah.
Just a little concerned about this whole of the
You're right.
And the Underdark.
How will we be
the Underdark.
I'm not so good with secrets. You guys should lead on this.
Yeah, how about you be
Just don't talk about it. Don't think of it as a secret. Think of it as like a thing that is like not even a thing that would concern anyone. Just
you
think
don't
of it
even
like
have
that.
to worry about it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Remind me which of these is the Alphae's Lament?
Harper's.
Harper's. Okay, so Harper.
You can we can pass these out to everyone, and then they can. Oh no, the post-it notes,
the
and
Post-it
then
notes, okay.
you can maybe
No.
put them in your
Right.
things.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
I don't know. These are not very sticky, so we're gonna have to need some
and it's
maybe
covered
some
in
tape.
foundation, so extra
Yeah,
less sticky.
the cost of fire, the Alphae's lament, and the hungry vines.
Okay. So so I'm interested in like do I know if the names of them have any significance?
You suspect that they do.
But
You don't know what they
I
are.
don't know what they are,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have found anything else that would refer to them.
No, because like a lot of, so I'll give you a brief history lesson of things that you have learned about the Avarian in your time of research. So the Avarian was created in the time called 500 TB. TB standing for time before. So from 500 to 275 TB, there was just the Alphae and the forest and nothing else, as far as we know. Then the migration started. The migration started in 275, then in what is now considered the age of Alphae. 275 AA up until the War of the Flames, which started in 12 AA till 0 AF.
Okay.
So you have 3 eras of time that are going on. First, there is the TB, which is the time before. You have the age of the Alphae, which is when all of the clans were formed, the Evar True was formed, and the Alphae ruled over the forest.
Okay.
Then you have the War of the Flames, which went from 12 AA to 0 AF. And then you have the time after the Flames, which is the era that you are currently in.
Right, and it's 107 AF.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all of this lore and legends, a lot of it was lost because of whatever happened during the War of the Flames. You know that was a really tumultuous time in the forest because a lot of their homes and knowledge and books and learning were burned.
Right, so it's like the burning of the Library of Alexandria kind of thing.
Yes, if
Okay.
I knew what that
The
was.
Dark Age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the great library.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totes.
okay.
Yeah, so a lot of their infrastructures, histories, etc., were destroyed because of this, and they've sort of been trying to piece everything together. You also know that like a lot of crazy magic happened during the Alphae sacrifice. So a number of things occurred, which you are aware of. One, the Alphae were more or less wiped out, and they now have like a lot of reproduction problems. Not entirely sure why, but you know that it is something to do with the destruction of the Avarian's body. 2, you also know that during the Alphae sacrifice, it caused the forest to overgrow and consume the nearby towns and cities. You might suspect that Rowlick might be one of those towns or cities. And then you also know that during that sacrifice and all of that magic that poured out, the Avarian then created its own demiplane and removed itself to there.
Okay, so the Avarian meaning like the whatever conscious being the Avarian is with the body.
I mean the entire forest.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And it created its own demiplane. Do we know how?
No, something to do with that magic.
And that magic is associated with the Alphae.
Yeah. And something to do with its body.
Right. And do we have a sense of whether the gate to the Underdark was opened by the death of the by I guess I could ask Bree, like Bree. So so in this vision that
Oh
you were talking
gosh,
about,
the vision.
No, we
yeah.
have to talk about this. We have to.
I'll
talk
say that
about
you
this
guys sort of
next.
like pull yourself away from
Yeah,
the main
yeah,
reception
yeah,
hall and
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
hide for a
yeah.
second to get
Yeah.
your breath.
I'm
You're
gonna-
just
I'm
gonna
gonna,
be like,
like,
I
yeah.
don't think this is quiet.
So Bree, we have to like. So you said you saw the.
Can we talk about this later? Like,
no, I. Okay.
there's a lot of people in there. We should probably go.
Okay. Yeah. No. But just give me 1 quick second. 1 quick second. So the killing of the body and the gate to the Underdark, did they seem associated with each other?
Did they seem associated with each other?
Was there causality? Did one lead to the other?
No, really.
No.
Like, I don't really know about that.
If you want, you can do an intelligence check and you can tell her whatever answer you want, but.
Intelligence? 9.
Yeah. The whole vision was kind of a mess. You just saw like flashes of Nesva's tear-stained face. You see Trizzle like looking around in fear and running off with some people that you don't recognize. You suspect that like all of it kind of has to do with each other, and that's why you were granted the vision. But
I feel like what is happening is like they happen probably around the same time, just based on what I saw. Like, I don't know. Visions are, this place of visions is driving me nuts.
Okay, but they happened around the same time.
Yeah, but correlation, does that mean causation? I don't know.
Not always, but
Just because we have, information about even what these stones are, and we think we know places that are attached to them, who even knows if that is actual information?
Bree's so philosophical.
Yeah. I plan to find out. I hope you do too.
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to some people right now. Let's
All
go
right.
find out.
All right,
Who should
let's
we
go.
talk to first? Should we go talk to Nesbra? Should we talk to?
We shouldn't talk to. Let's avoid.
How about
Nesbra.
we avoid the God Killer? Maybe.
Okay, so Burkwar should.
Let
probably
me
be-
talk to her if anyone's talking to her. I think it's probably
Yeah.
the best idea.
Why don't we go talk to
All right.
Burkwar because he was the one that sent us to the temple?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk to him. Let's go talk to everyone. There's all these people here from Lystra.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you make your way over to Burkor. He's currently talking to 3 Alphae that you don't recognize, 2 men and a woman. They're all dressed very richly, wearing sort of like diplomat badges and have the whole thing. They all sort of nod politely as you come over. The woman, her face looks very excited as she greets you. And Burkor as well is like, oh, yes, of course. Here they are. Hello.
Bree kind of like nudges Zara a little. Is like,
These are 3 of the ambassadors from Lystra. As you can see, a whole envoy has showed up today. This is Rihanna.
this is Rihanna.
I love her music.
Yeah, this is Rihanna Parluniar and Donatel Parluniar and Recon
So
Parluniar.
a singer, ninja turtle, and a
Not Donatello, just Donatel.
Okay.
Donatel
Okay.
and Rancor.
Recon.
Recon. Okay.
So this clown is what?
Parluniar,
Garni-
as all the Alphae are.
Yes. Okay.
And he says, oh, yes, and of course you must be excited to meet the heroes of the realm. They have been the dames. Is it okay if I call you the dames?
Sure.
The Beyonders? It sounds nicer than the
Sure,
Beyonders.
yeah.
They have been of
fine
utmost
with that.
assistance in helping us clear out the corruption. Of course, there have still been some casualties. And the woman goes, oh, yes, of course. I'm so sorry to hear for all your losses. We all bring our assistance and love in the hopes that we will be able to clear Lowa clan of these horrors. Thank you for your assistance in fighting these. We have all been regaled with the stories now. I hear Giant Slayer, Don Mortan. Your family will be so proud.
Yes, thank you.
So they're all Alphae, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Yeah.
Burkor is like, yes, so there's all kinds of people here I can introduce you to. Is there anyone in particular you'd like to speak to? Of course, if you have any questions for Donatel is the, sorry, forgive me, I'm still getting used to all of these new titles as I'm learning. Donatel is the right hand to the polis, correct? And Donatel nods, and he seems like a quiet sort of man, but he's friendly enough as he nods respectably. And Burkor continues like, yeah, it's a good guy, Donatel. And Rihanna here, she is the most famous bard of the Lumiar clan.
I feel like Cassie, you're really fangirling right now.
Yeah, and so is Maxine.
Yeah. Ponder replay. And yes, and Recon here is one of the executive legislation writers for Lumiar, and Recon nods as well. So they all have fancy titles of some kind.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're here to help.
Oh yes, after the note that you sent to Monty, I believe that we have also requested aid, much to some people's, Anyways,
I'm assuming it's going pretty well though, since we're all here having drinks and hanging out.
Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. Anyone with a passive insight of like 12 can see that like Burkor is very, very nervous. Like you would suspect that this is maybe his like first big like political thing. He also seems to be very tense as he continues and just like, yes, of course. We are all getting along quite well. We are so grateful
Bree does
for
not notice that.
Lumiar
Passive
clan.
insight is 9.
We were so grateful for Lumiar clan and Jandil and all of these different houses coming together to help us in this war. We must stand strong against the corrupted, and we will rise through this. And he puffs himself up to his full dwarven height of 4.5
Bree says,
feet.
here, and then reaches out for someone to bring her a drink and grabs a drink off of hopefully a tray, I'm assuming.
Bree, I see that you are still drinking as much as ever, as Bruto appears and hands you a drink.
Yes.
He is looking fine.
Oh my gosh.
So he's got his like long green white like braids going on, except they're sort of now like gathered in to his side here. He looks a little like worn, just like a touch from like travel and whatnot, but he's like dressed a lot nicer
But like
than
nice
you've seen him.
worn or like
Yeah, like kind of that
nice
like
worn.
That 5 o'clock
rugged
shadow.
Yeah. I don't think he grows facial hair, but
If he did.
The essence of a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, and he's wearing like nicer clothes than you've seen him in before. Like he obviously like dressed up a little bit, so it's sort of this like silk black tunic, V-neck,
thing.
deep V, showing off the pectoral, this area of body.
I love that his pickup line was like, "Hey, Bree, I see you're still an alcoholic." For you.
It's cute because they were drinking together. the last time
it's
they were-
totally
They were
adorable.
bonding over their love of wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bree likes drinking it, and Bruto likes knowing about it, I think, was what happened.
Yes, this here, the wine in the Lowa Mountain is quite unique. You will see, strong-bodied.
Oh, good. Good. I'm going to need that strong body. Bree drinks it.
Flex.
I'm gonna like look over at Harper and just sort of blush.
I'm not paying attention.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just-
no,
yeah.
you-
Cassie's
no
trying to
clue.
get an autograph from her.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
cover like Monty's eyes.
Burkor says, Bruto, Don Gentile, of course. He's, have you met Recon, Rihanna, Donatel? Bruto's like, yes, we've become acquainted many times. And Burkor's like, oh, this is amazing. Everybody is here. I haven't seen all of you since my coronation in Lystra, and this is just so exciting.
So question. Is there still like corruption in the mountain and like there's still like fighting and
Are you asking this to Burkor?
No,
or are you
I'm
asking
asking-
Meta?
I'm asking
Oh, yeah,
you.
absolutely.
So they're throwing a party with drinks and not armored like about 50 people with
Yeah.
That's what Bree just said. And he was like,
What?
yeah. And Bree's like, okay.
what?
Because she
Like-
doesn't notice that he's flustered. But you guys probably notice.
like so as Zara, I'm gonna sort of say like it's an interesting contingent here. I mean, it's you know what's going on here, right?
Yes, I'm the Viz of the Lowa clan. I am aware of what's happening. What you might not be aware of, Zara, and he kind of like does that thing where he like shuffles so that like the Alphae like
Yeah.
don't really listen, and he just sort of like leans in a little bit and says, unfortunately for relief efforts like this, there is quite a bit of politicking involved to convince the other clans to give their assistance, especially when there has been some infighting within the Lowa clan about whether or not we would accept assistance. So
Has he just shuffled sort of to like cut off the rest of the group, but that we can all hear this? Or just directly to Zara.
yeah, he sort of like just like shuffled over to like indicate to the Alphae like go talk to somebody else, and then he sort of like steps in close to you. So I'd say like you probably all could hear it.
Bree like laughs and is like, oh, haha, oh, the Lowa clan is just such a hospitable place, and it seems like you have all banded together so nobly. I'm so glad that you've taken the time to acknowledge us.
He turns bright red and he's just like, oh, yes, of course. It's my honor. We obviously wanted to shelter you and any of your friends and anyone from beyond the leaves. It has been an honor having you here.
It is so unfortunate that Bree says loudly over so that other people can hear. It is so unfortunate that though you have banded together and been so strong and tried to give everything you can to the Avarian, that this unfortunate incident has befallen you.
Bruto kind of like clears his throat and rocks back on his heels. And Burkor looks like confused for a second, like he's trying to process. And he's like, well, yes, it's a horrible tragedy. There's been so many deaths, villages wiped out in the lower corridors. That is why I'm doing all that I can to appeal to the clans to send aid and soldiers. And
Who can we talk to help you get assistance? What aid can we offer?
well, right now things are going all right, but the main concern is here. Come, let's go over here. And he kind of like shuffles you all to the side of the
Including
room.
Bruto, or are we just like, bye?
Bruto's just following because Bruto is like
what's happening?
Bruto's Bruto.
yeah, Bruto's Bruto. He's just got a
coming
drink
along
in his
anyways.
hand. He's like, this
Whatever.
seems mildly interesting. I don't know. God, I missed him. So
He
yeah,
doesn't really like anyone.
so
Yet here he is.
shuffles you all over to the side and says, you have been great aids so far, so I'm going to be straight with you because you are removed from the politics of this land. Oh, Monty, why don't you go play over there? Now, I want to listen to the story about the politics and stuff.
Monty, we listen to those in charge of us, right?
But he's like the same height as me.
Monty, there's
like
a
such
way
good
that you
logic.
could really actually help us right now.
Oh, yeah.
In favor.
Yeah.
Could you, the Alphae that wandered that way, you're small. No one notices you, right?
I'm really small.
You're good at sneaking.
I got this.
Master assassin. So that's you. So what we need from you, my friend, is we need you to go and be unnoticed by those Alphae. See if you
Monty, not yet.
just listen and tell us if there's anything that you hear that you think is interesting.
Yes, Bree.
All right.
He makes those sounds as he like wanders off into the crowd. Bruto's like, that kid, he has a lot of energy. I don't really understand where it comes from.
It's the fighter spirit as I'm watching him go through the crowd. It's like
You can still hear him like.
Bree kind of like
little
smiles
boy.
and is like, I don't think I've ever met a kid that didn't have energy. And then is like, not that I've met a lot of kids.
So Burger's like, okay, it's just he's so young. But here's the situation. All of the diplomats here are here to basically assess whether or not it will be worth sending aid. The number of monsters appearing have increased, and until we locate the gate and figure out a way to close it, the other clans are worried that sending their soldiers in here will just lead to their deaths. So until the gate is closed, they most likely will not send aid.
What type of gate are you looking for?
Gate of the Underdark.
Yes. That,
Cassie.
She said it.
we don't know where all of these monsters have come from. There must be something somewhere where they're getting in through, and we're not able
What could
to.
we even do if we found it?
I think it would depend on what the gate was or where it was.
Yeah.
There may be things we can do, but
It's unfortunate that we don't know.
Well, anything specific.
But we do.
What?
We do.
We
Do?
you do? What did you find? Did you find something when you went to the temple?
Find?
Wait, what?
Bree asked with a smile, but inside her eyes, she's like, why are you giving this away?
Roll an insight check.
Oh, wonderful.
4.
Yeah, she does not get your hints, and he just goes, "What? Have you found something? Do you know something?"
I'm whispering this so like only he can hear.
Mm-hmm.
When we went through the temple that you sent us to with the wishing well, we passed it. We found this gate to the Underdark. Or we assume it's the Underdark. It had.
How big was it? How did you know that's what it was? What did it
Well,
look
we
like?
didn't really know exactly. I think what Harper is saying, unfortunately, while we were there were all of these visions and things coming to us. So it's hard to discern what was real and what wasn't.
We should send an expedition back down there to investigate.
Yes.
Was it dangerous?
We are happy to go back down. and
We should
investigate.
go with you for sure.
Yeah.
There was the wishing well we found as well, and there was some magic cards that are very dangerous. So we should be there if anyone would be in contact with them. Then.
And also, who knows if there might be some sort of, because it is an area that you're all somewhat familiar with, but is lost, that it might influence the dwarven populace more than it could influence us as outsiders.
Yes, that is very logical, Bree. You're very wise. I can't believe it. He starts like pulling at his like formal attire, and he's like, "What are we all doing here? We must go. We
have to. We should probably keep this on the down low because we don't want anyone to panic here.
Do we know what caused it? That gate wasn't there with the temple when the temple was created.
No, we don't know for sure what caused it. It could have been anything.
We must investigate. Thank you so much for bringing this to my attention.
But if more people know as well, then that could cause a panic. So
how many people should we send to? Who should we send? Do you have recommendations?
Well, us, Bruto, would you come with us?
I have dealt with the Underdark a time or two. I suppose since I'm here.
Well, we should probably keep it just, small. We don't want anyone to panic. So maybe just the 5 of us.
Wait, you've dealt with the Underdark a time or two?
Oh, yes, it happens, you know. Sometimes there are things, they come out, the monsters, you kill them.
I mean, okay, but have you seen a gate? Like, do you know what? Like,
I have
like,
not seen a gate. All
I mean, we
have
don't really
heard-
know if it's a gate for sure.
What? How? But you've just seen monsters from the Underdark?
Oh, yes, of course. And they come in sometimes. There are ones who have been left over from the time when the Varian was separated from the material plane, and some who have leaked through, like you Beyonders. It happens. I have fought things.
Is there anything that we should
Roll
know?
an insight check.
Where is my?
It's right there. Oh, it is there.
That is a 15. That's a good die.
I have a 2 on the die.
19.
So you hear Bruto saying these things, and he's sort of like flourishing with his glass and stuff, but you do notice he's like a little tipsy on his feet.
Oh, is he
and
totally just lying?
Yeah, you suspect he's very much
Oh
lying.
my god, he is so trying to like play it up for Bree.
You don't
maybe
know
he's
what
just
I am doing. I could be doing anything.
You could be, okay, so Bruto, okay, well, you know what, then you come along with us and we'll totally use your expertise.
Wonderful. I have much of that.
Awesome. So why don't you go in first?
Wonderful.
Lead the way.
So, Burkor, should we? Would it be best if we stay here and mingle and say how dangerous it's been, or should we just head back now? I mean, I wouldn't mind just at least a bit of a rest personally, but
Yes. If anything you need, whatever you need, we can set out in the. You can set out in the morning.
I mean, it didn't seem like there was anything there that was particularly dangerous at the moment. So
We
it
never
might,
know when they're going to strike, but I think a respite. Yes, of course. To mingle, socialize, and you can set out in the morning. And Bruto, thank you for your help. And Bruto's like, it's not a big deal.
I'm just sort of
So
laughing
nonchalant.
slightly. Oh my god.
so nonchalant.
I'm like I feel like Zara's sort of seeing Bruto now in this new light as like a human being who is like just blustering. And
Aren't we all just blustering?
maybe you are.
I don't think he is human. I think he's half elf.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
But no, like she's just amused.
Yeah.
But also a little worried because like maybe he's not going to be as much help as she thought.
We will see.
all right.
I am very helpful in many situations.
is there anything you'd recommend, or any person you'd recommend us to talk to that would help your cause?
Oh yes, because this was in the temple. If you speak to Nesva, she actually led an archaeological expedition down
don't
there
say.
recently.
Oh, of course.
How
recently?
interesting.
How recently was that?
A couple of weeks ago.
I mean, that could
Is
be
it-
useful,
wait.
but we wouldn't want to bother her. I'm sure she's very busy talking to other people and trying to help the cause.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a couple weeks ago that the monster started coming?
I mean, I don't think that is
You're right. That
correlation is not causation.
Oh, certainly.
Of course.
Yeah.
Nesva was
Yeah.
the one who first reported the monsters.
Of course.
Her and her contingents from the archaeological expedition.
Do you know if she found anything?
Yes, they said that they did manage to find the body of the Avarian, or what they suspect was the body of the Avarian. One of the people that your passive insight, you would know that when he said people, it was weird. One of the people that she was with has now disappeared, which is odd. And the other 3 that she journeyed with have also been unavailable for some time. But I just, everyone's been so busy. We've all been trying to rid the world of the corruption. We've been trying to fight these things and hold them off. And I don't think that Nesva would have
Bree
been
says,
involved.
Oh, of course. No one
sure she was
blames
trying to
anyone
help.
here.
Yeah.
And of course, you seem very worked up. I would highly recommend, Bree's going to do a persuasion check here. I think that it would be a great idea for you to go and rest and take some time. You've worked so hard now. I think let us come and socialize for you. This is asking a lot of you.
What was your persuasion?
It was 17.
Yeah, he takes a few breaths and sort of like smooths his hair back, like, yes, having so many eyes on me all the time, very nervous. I only want what's best for my people. You must believe this.
Of course. Bree reaches over and like feels his shoulders. Like you just feel so tense. You should go relax.
Thank you.
So why don't you let us take care of everything? Who else was on the expedition? We can just handle it all.
I feel like we've asked so many questions. Oh, we've asked too much of you.
No, we just want to make sure we don't bother them either.
Yes, it was some of Nesva's acquaintances. There was a dragonborn whose name I don't remember, and there was a woman named Gertie, and a oh my god, there was another one of Nesva's friends whose name is Balderdash Pendersnatch.
That's a real name. Wow.
Yep, his father used to be Polis a few cycles ago.
So it's like a Moon Unit Zappa kind of thing. It's like just a silly name. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And another woman who was her archaeological research project, Geekly.
Okay. All right. So we shouldn't bother any of those people. I just don't want to
I
cause
believe
probably
that
not
they've been
even-
traveling. Yeah.
Okay.
They're
all right.
probably off
Okay. All right.
doing work for.
Oh, I'm
her,
sure.
Obviously.
Oh, absolutely. All right. So.
And the dragonborn has been missing.
Oh, and you don't remember their name?
No.
Okay.
Would I think that he's lying or not? He would.
Bree gives you like a knowing look, like.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No.
Berkor is like
absolutely.
rubbing his face tiredly, and he's like,
Yeah.
"It's just
you know what?
been
you should go
so
to
much.
Sleep. I know it's a lot.
been a
It's
long-
a lot. It's a lot. You have a lot on your shoulders.
Bruto, take care of them." He's like, "Yeah, they're okay."
Before Burkor goes, I put my hand on his shoulder and look in his eyes and just say, "You're doing really good. You're taking care of your people. Take a deep breath and a long rest.
Thank you.
You got this."
I will recharge my hit points on a long rest.
I give him a punch in the arm, just a gentle,
I'm gonna need 5 more hit points.
Yeah.
No, a crit.
So he sort of like drifts away from you guys. You see him wandering around. He's still like making the rounds somewhat, just sort of like waving off, saying bye to people. You do see him. Durin and Nesva are like cloistered up together up on the other side of the room, and they seem to be having some kind of discussion. But Berkor just goes over to them and sort of makes like dismissive gestures, and then he exits the room. All of the people now are starting to like drift out of this room as they go to find their accommodations. You get the sense that they like literally just showed up in Lowa and then like are now here. So yeah, a few people are drifting in and out. Was there anyone in particular you guys wanted to catch or speak to before everyone departs?
This character, we wanted to talk to Nesva after all this, right?
I just feel like talking to her in this setting might not be. Would probably be ill-advised by Bree, but if we do go talk to her, sending one of us that has level to be persuasive and also potentially read her would probably be useful.
Yeah.
In terms of if like we're
Wait, reading is insight, right?
Yeah.
Someone who has both.
like
shot
Bree
and
would
whip.
also probably know of herself as an intelligent person that like she's good at influencing people, but she's not great at like knowing what other people are thinking. But and then the other people, I don't know. Bree would have to talk to you in character about who else she wants to talk to.
I'm gonna slide over to the Duck Clan
Okay, cool.
if
yeah.
I can catch them.
Yeah, there's not a huge Dak clan presence, but you do notice there are 2 drow who appear to be like warriors / politicians. They're wearing like weapons, but also are dressed like very formally. So they're sort of like on their way out, and you just sort of run up to them.
Hello.
They both turn around. They're both women. One of them has her hair like fully pulled back into a tight ponytail with her white hair, obviously. And then the other one, she has like longer curly hair that sort of sits at her shoulders. And they both turn and they look at you and go, "Hello."
Hi. Why are you here?
Hello. My apologies. My name is Tiana Dondak. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, I'm Cassie.
Cassie. Yes, Cassie.
You know
from
me.
Beyond the Leaves.
Yeah.
Yes, we have heard of you. Oh, sorry, my apologies. This is my sister, Mina Dondak.
Oh, hi.
she sort of does this, and she says, "We are simply here representing the Dak clan and seeing if we had interest in investigating this supposed opening into the Underdark."
Oh, so you've heard of it?
The Underdark? Yes, that is where our ancestry comes from. We are Drow.
Makes the connection right now.
Yes.
No, you heard of the opening?
Yes, there was a call put out by Viz Burkor, and a messaging sent out to all of the Vizes of the clans saying that the Lowa clan was under attack and possibly required military aid.
Are you guys gonna help?
It is to be decided. We have just arrived here and are quite weary. There was a lot of traveling in the sun and whatnot. We are still trying to gather our bearings and understand the situation more before we make any rash decisions. I believe there's supposed to be a meet tomorrow or the day after once everyone is a bit settled to discuss.
Oh, do you know where?
Oh, yes, it'll be in the main citadel. So you know that, like, when you entered, it was all, like, outside, that outside fortress area. And when you walked in, it was, like, that big open citadel area where all the stuff was. So she was like, it'll be held in the citadel square.
Okay.
Publicly.
With, like, everyone just kind of like today? So?
Yes, publicly, fully publicly, with the Lowa clan and everything. I believe there is supposed to be some ceremonies and, you know, all those very formal affairs.
Wait, just out of character, are they drow or tieflings?
They're Drow.
They're drow, okay. Do you guys have tieflings
Yes.
in the Dak clan?
Yes.
So people like me are welcome? You see people like me a lot?
All the time, sister, of course.
Huh. Where is the Dak clan? Is it far from Lowa?
I wish I had brought my map. Oh, yes, it is in more of a secluded area, kind of on the other side of the forest, but you are welcome anytime to join us if you would like.
Oh,
We would be happy to greet you and our other sister. She points to Bree, wherever Bree is.
Okay, well, I think I won't hold you up any longer. I'll see you in the meet.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
I will see you there.
Okay,
It was
bye-bye.
lovely meeting you.
It was nice meeting you.
Do I recognize any of the Alphae who were there? Like other than the three ambassadors? No.
You haven't met that many Alphae. You've only met Melisandre and I think like some of her companions.
Artem, I guess, also.
Artem was not there. And neither is
His brother?
Janelle.
Our time's dead.
Okay. Artem is 100%.
Hashtag RIP.
You guys could ask some Alphae about it if you really wanted
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I mean, so I kind of...
Do you want to go talk to
I kind of want to go talk to the Alphae.
Yes.
Do you want to talk to the three that you've already been speaking to?
Well, so how many? Like, you had said that there's like a bunch of them over in some. Like, did the three that we've been speaking to are they separate from like the other group of them?
Right now, it's sort of like a political reception, so like everyone is intermingled between clans. The three that were together probably are friends or something, so they're sort of moving around in a group all together. But there are probably about like 10 other various Alphae in the room.
But they're not all grouped together.
No, they're all doing their thing and saying their how do you do's and whatnot.
Okay. I mean, I want to talk to them, but I don't want to reveal anything to them.
Are you gonna like head towards them? Or?
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
So I think Bree's gonna notice you head like in their direction, be like, you should ask about, see if you can find out more about the stone giant. See if there's some kind of connection. Yeah.
What stone giant? The one in
The
your
one you asked
vision?
me about. Yeah.
Why don't you ask them?
Me ask them?
Yeah, why not? You're the one who had the vision.
Yeah, right. I can come and ask.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one that's more attached to the forest, but sure,
Well,
sure.
I mean, yeah, but I.
All right. Well, you tell
mean,
me.
do-
You tell me what it seems like, how they're feeling about it, and I'll ask them some questions. We can tag team this.
Okay.
All right.
And if they don't give you answers, I can scare them.
You know what?
Good point.
How about,
Touché.
Can we not? Maybe like I don't.
I know it's not as last resort. Yeah.
Sometimes people need to be scared. Bree nods and is like, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So so we're gonna go up to the three that we were talking to. Do those seem like the most richly dressed? Like the ones? Okay.
They're probably like the highest,
like the
ranked.
the boss Alpha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the boss, but you know,
But like
the boss's
the boss.
assistant.
Yeah.
Bree's gonna like saunter up to Donatel and ask how the travel was and ask how was the journey. How far, by the way, did you all have to come? I feel like you've come so
Bree.
far.
No, it was not a long journey from Lystra to here. It was pleasant traveling with my companions, and he smiles amiably at his friends and says, no problem.
Harper, are you with us?
Yeah.
I'm
Harper, are you with us? Are you standing here?
Yeah. So I'm gonna because her thing is called the Alphae's Lament. I'm gonna sort of just steal a glance over at it and see if I notice anything about it, if it's like in any way like responding to their presence. No.
Bree is going to ask about, like how long has it been since you've been here to the Lowa clan? Is this, I assume you don't often, I'm sorry, forgive me from being beyond the leaves. I'm not sure how this all works.
Oh, it is not a complicated process. We travel here. I personally am working closely with the polis, and so we have traveled here a number of times over the past month or so, as he is working on some negotiations for trade between Lystra and the Lowa, and then of course with the corruption coming out and the polis expected to attend the meet in 2 days, I accompanied him here again this time.
And of course, there is the election upcoming here, and how does that fare with the Alphae? How do you feel about that?
The Rihanna is just going to be like, it is all very exciting, of course. Each time a new polis is chosen, there are so many wonderful candidates. I personally don't have much stake in it, of course, because we are the Alphae, but I would have much liked to see Nesva rise to the polis. She had so much great support during that time. It's really a wonder that she didn't get it.
What do you mean?
Oh, Nesva. She was a very popular candidate for the polis, and yet, for some reason, she did not end up becoming so.
But of course, it is the Lowa clan that chooses who will lead them. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, from my understanding, they are very
Unusual that they
democratic
change
about
their
it.
mind.
Oh, I don't know so much if minds were changed, but sometimes the powers of the world, they can overflow onto the people's will.
Oh, of course. You mean perhaps some external influence from the other areas.
Recon leans in and he's like, you didn't hear it from us, but there are talks that perhaps some of the nobles in the Lowa clan wanted to keep it as a man as the polis, as it has been for the past few cycles, which is very controversial given we are a matriarchal society. It is a wonder that Burkor allowed this to happen.
Do you think that it would be better if perhaps there was some way that there could be an influence or something could be changed? Are there ever any? Forgive me for asking. I feel so foolish. There's so many silly questions. But I wonder if there might be some way to have an external influence on the clan without it being as it is now. Like if there was
from other clans.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps there could be, like, what if there was some way, is there any way that the elections can be influenced by any of the outside, territories? Or is there ever any way that you're allowed to have influence?
They all look like, not like scandalized, but they all just like shoot a glance at each other out of the corners of their eyes. And Donatel replies and says, well, of course, all of the clans leave each clan to their own politics and elections, but there are always outside influences. A tree does not ask other trees whether or not it grows, but the rain from the sky allows it to grow as an external influence.
But I imagine that it must be frustrating being one of the oldest one of the oldest people to the Avarian. How long have your people been here, and what have you seen, and what have you sacrificed? And of course, yes, and of course, as much as the Lowa clan, wants to influence and assist, it seems somewhat like they're being held back. I mean, forgive me, I have not been here often, but I mean, the other thing is I find it very interesting that there are not very many druids that seem to come from the Lowa clan.
The powers of the druid are very different than those of the Lowa. The Lowa have always been an interesting phenomenon, dwarves in a forest. It's not common, but they have found their place here, and as the Alphae, we have watched them for years. I remember being a young child when they first came to the forest with their people and setting up here in this place. Of course, there were many that doubted that a mountain existed in the Avarian. Many of us did not believe it did.
So how was there historically has there been like acrimony between the Lowa and the Alphae? Like, are you?
Oh, no, nothing so vulgar as that. Simply, is there acrimony between the trees that grow up into the sky and the mountain that grows beside it? They are both different, rooted in the earth, rooted in stone. There are differences between us, but we accept the Lowa and we appreciate their contributions to our society. We don't have very many metals, but the Lowa clan provides us with what we do have.
It seems interesting too, though, and that my time here, I've heard some whisperings of any dwarven druids that have existed, unfortunately going missing. There have been a few instances of that. I just wonder if there could be more that could be done to make sure that the Lowa clan, that their people are the ones doing the choosing. It would be interesting to see who decides to stay here and influence, and what they can learn from the Lowa of the way of their people and what they truly think.
These are interesting insights, Bree, from beyond. I will consider them as we make our way to the meet in a couple of days and figure out what we are doing with the current military action that is being requested of us. We Alphae are few in numbers, and I will honestly tell you that Clan Luniard has very little interest in being involved with this military action and relief effort.
Of course. Although what I will say is the Alphae hold with them such great weight that it would be an honor, I think, for the Lowa clan to see how your influence could affect some of the other clans. And Bree's going to do a little persuade and just kind of be like...
I was about to be like, what are we going for here?
Yeah. She's going to basically say that she believes that their presence could... Even in a small way, could allow them to learn something.
She wants to flatter them into giving their
help.
She's
kind of flattering them, and she's kind of being like, if you guys have a couple people here, you might be able to learn something, and perhaps you'll influence some change.
Go ahead.
Oh, terrible. I will use something.
What was your roll, though?
To share these?
3.
You can jump in and try and help her with it, yeah.
3. 3, so I have 8 for my persuasion, so 11.
They all seem to look like considering. They sort of exchange this look, but they're very unreadable creatures. It's hard to say how much of a...
Can I jump in with this is the
what
Gen
would you
deal,
like
right?
to say? Yeah, that is Gen deal.
I'm going to jump in and say with the Luniar clan is so ancient and powerful to be connected with another powerful clan, say the Jendil. I myself am, now keep this between you and me, but a candidate to join the Jendil as a fighter as well.
Is that true? You would leave Morton clan?
It is a possibility. I don't want to, but go where the power is, which, don't you agree, should be...
Rihanna leans in and she's like, yes, I see Jendil in your heart, not so much of Morton. We will miss you, though, as a fighter.
Do I roll this?
Yeah,
and
go
just
ahead.
add a 4 to that, whatever.
Cool. So 15 total.
Yeah, 15 total. And Bree's gonna be like,
to
can you
give away
read
the
how
pretty
they
die."
how they seem to be reading and seeing how they're taking this one?
It's the most political Harper gets.
They're like, oh yes, Jandil clan are great allies of ours. And Rihanna's like, I love Riviere. We have had so many good times together and conversations.
You think they're taking it well?
I think they. I mean, they don't seem offended. I
think Zara had a question.
So, Zara's pissed at Bree for not asking and making her ask. So you mentioned that the forest is not upset at the mountain growing next to it. Are there ever instances where
I don't know if you know either, but were you aware that Zara is actually she's been touched by the forest? She's been welcomed.
Yes.
Yeah. And could be potentially a druid moving forward. So of course she has meeting the Alphae, of course, I'm assuming for you, Zara, must be an honor.
It's very
Which tries
meaningful.
to give you like a little support.
Yeah, no, it's very meaningful. It's absolutely meaningful.
The honor absolutely is ours, Zara.
Well, thank you. I mean, I guess I'm still trying to figure out what all of this means. So I suppose what I'm asking is, you talked about the forest and the mountain, and they're separate. But does it ever happen that part of the forest ends up near the mountain or in the mountain, or
Yeah, it seems so separate.
yeah, is there ever a time when, say, part of the forest grows within the mountain?
Recon, at that sort of like, his interest looks piqued, and he's like, oh, it sounds as though you have heard of the ballad of the Avari's body decorporealization.
I have. Yeah,
Oh,
I found it was a beautiful scroll.
We stumbled upon that earlier in the library.
Legends,
we didn't really
legends.
understand it, though.
Stuff of legends, absolutely. What that ballad is referring to in the 4th stanza, when it talks about the destruction of the Avarian and each new growth becoming anew, how it works is that, or according to the legends, which is of course all hearsay, but the Avarian will regrow its body every few years somewhere within the forest. Oftentimes, nobody's ever seen it, nobody's ever really found it or anything like that, but they say there are records showing people, archaeologists and that sort of thing, who have found the body but then have destroyed it for various reasons, some kind of artifacts inside, or
Wait, but so what? So they destroy it for artifacts?
it is said, he pushes fake glasses up his nose apparently, it is said that the body of the Avarian contains great power within it, and that people are, if they ever come across it, might be prone to violence in order to extract that power for themselves. Of course, again, this is all fairy tale conjuncture.
Of course.
Right. So
it seemed like a beautiful ballad, though.
it
Oh, it is
absolutely-
one of my favorites.
So the body is it's just can't it fight back? Like does it just is there? It's like a body of a forest, and then people kill it and
Yes.
then take things from it.
Yes.
And
That's
what,
awful.
And what caused this to even happen in the forest? Has this always been, I guess, the way of the Avarian?
Rihanna kind of like twirls her hair, and she just says in her melodic voice, after the Alphae sacrifice, there was many magics unleashed on the world, and we believe that the Avarian regrows itself similar to a tree after a forest fire. It grows again, containing new powers and magics, but if anyone were to harm it again, they would gain great power, but also great sin.
Sin.
So if the statue gets destroyed, a new statue is somewhere out there, and the destroyed statue
It will always regrow. The Avarian is always alive. It does not need its body to survive.
I mean, if it's a statue, it sounds more like it would be a tree.
So
It is a body.
It just grows its body somewhere for people to take it. Like, what is the function of that? What, it just grows a treasure body?
Legend has it that eventually one day someone will reunite the spirit of the Avarian with its body, which is why it keeps trying to regrow it. But of course, this has never happened because all of this is just a fairy tale.
Of course.
Not because people
What a
are terrible
tragic
and want the
story.
power for
Isn't it?
themselves.
It's beautifully tragic. I have sang this ballad many times in my performances.
Oh,
You
so-
should sing it for us now.
Yeah.
Come, Mr. Replay. Mr. DJ,
I thought
won't you
maybe
turn the
like it would
music
be
up?
more like umbrella, like with the canopy, or no. Yeah, no, amazing.
The OG Rihanna.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's but you've never heard of it actually happening.
Oh no, this is all children's stuff. Who has filled your head with these tales? I
the
remember my mother
scroll.
singing me these songs when I was just a young girl.
So what actually happens then with the Avarian?
Its body does not exist. It is simply within all of us.
It's a metaphor.
Spirit.
It's a
yes,
symbol.
exactly.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a metaphor.
Well, I mean, it's probably an exploration of the theme. I mean, forgive me, I have not read. I'm not as studied as Zara is, but I
That's
assume
true.
that what you're saying is something to do with the idea of like rebirth and regrowth in the forest.
Absolutely,
and that
yes,
desire
like
to
all
once be
forests.
whole again.
Yes, of
And-
course.
and
But
the-
of course, it's never possible because the flames.
Or you could think of it as, once things go wrong, you could find a new life, and there's always possibility to find a new place to be.
A very optimistic outlook.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, thinking about Harper here, I know that she would like to have a new life. I don't
What's
know
Cassie doing?
if probably just
Yeah.
being bored,
I assume that she was off talking to the Doc clan during part of this.
or like
This
watching
conversation has been a
moth or
lot
something.
longer.
Yeah.
Cassie's went to find Montague.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing literary analysis on this ballad that doesn't exist. So I mean, it's a beautiful story. It would be very interesting to find out what it actually means.
Absolutely. We have had many study the ballads and the legends of old, but unfortunately, with so much knowledge lost, when everything was lost, it is hard to say what is
Where
truth
it came from.
and what is fantasy.
Oh, I was gonna ask a totally different question. So
No, I was just
I was just wondering did you guys come from Lystra or from?
Yes, all of the Alphae, we reside in Lystra.
Did you see another Alphae, Artem? Did you see him around? by chance?
Artem, you know Artem.
He helped bring everyone here.
Oh, yes, of course, yes.
Is Artem around? Last we heard, he was still being healed. I know he was after
Artem
being
is
away from
recovering. His brother we recently have lost, and it set Artem back some in his recovery, but we are trying to sing our songs and make his mind whole again. It is up to the Avarian how this recovery will go, but we are optimistic as always.
Can I do an insight on that to see if she's lying?
I was gonna ask what are you doing to heal him? Is
12.
it just songs?
12 flat.
Flat.
She seems honest.
How are you healing him with the same sort of fairy songs or children's songs? Like are you what?
Our songs are not children's songs, my dear Zara. We sing from our hearts. We ask the Avarian wishes of our hearts, and
That's
it
the
grants
Alphae
us the
power.
magic.
Yes. Oh no, of course.
The power of song.
So that. Right. So that's how he's being healed. Is asking wishes of the forest and.
The Avarian
Yeah.
consumes, but the Avarian thrives. All will be well with Artem, one way or
That is
another.
the thing that I feel like we would be so privileged to learn. You know, we have an amazing bard with us. I don't know if you've met Cassi. I don't know if she's...
She was just here earlier.
Oh, was she?
She asked me for my autograph like 700 times. I don't know what an autograph is.
A signature. Like you write
Oh,
your name.
how odd.
It's a thing with the Beyond the Leaves. They have so many odd and awesome traditions like this, don't you think?
Well,
Oh,
perhaps
yes,
she
it's
could come
fascinating.
with you sometime to see the Alphae and see how it is that you heal
Yes.
You're
Next
kind.
time you are all in Lystra, please come visit us.
Excellent.
You notice that Donatel and Recon have sort of like wandered away, and the room is like pretty sparse now. There's like 3 people here.
Yeah.
Just sort of like finishing up their
Is
conversations.
Nezra still here?
Nezra is not here anymore.
I think that probably this is all we're gonna get from these
Yeah.
people this evening. I think that, honestly, I think we have to go to the gate.
Well, we should probably sleep first.
I mean, well, yes, in the morning, but
Out of character, should we talk to Nezra first? Considering she's probably like in her
She's down-
chambers.
Well, because she's like alone now?
Yeah.
We could. That would be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can go off in search of Nezva. I think we're going to take a quick little break here because we're coming up on halftime. So after the break, we'll go chat with Nezva, and then we will go check out the gate to the Underdark.
I'm nervous about chatting with Nezva. I think maybe she's gonna try to kill us, but
All right. Well,
We'll
No, I
find
guess,
out.
listen,
We'll
find
figure it
out
out.
after these messages.
So yeah, thank you for watching with us and for tuning in. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Just going to take a little breather and stuff. Plug in the chat. Is Nezva evil? What's going on? Do you have questions about the Avarian? Let us know. I'll be on chat hanging out as we all take our break. And I do want to do a quick shout out before the break to my good buddy. You can look him up on Instagram. Roll a nat 20. Thank you for helping me come up with these homebrewed amulets, which you guys are going to learn about. So this concept, I told him that I was buying these things for you guys, and he wanted to do the write-up of like the actual magical items. So yeah, I have all the information of what your things do, and when you guys learn what your things do, then you can thank him for adding them to your lives. So check out
I know where they came
Instagram.com/rollanat20.
Thank you at rollanat20.
And yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Sit tight and see you after the break.
See ya.
Bye. Yeah, so over the break, I heard we got 500 followers. So as promised, here's this dress. The straps hurt.
Where do straps hurt?
I don't know. They just like cut me every time.
Oh, because they're like thin.
Yeah,
so
they're like thin and they're like sharp. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hope it looks cute. I hope you like it. I'm a girl. I play Dungeons and Dragons.
You're
Just
a
whatever.
damsel in this dress.
Oh, very
it's so
good.
bad,
Very good. Very, very good. Guys, it's almost our 10th episode, and Jess just made an awesome pun. If you watch some of our earlier episodes, you'll see that I've been teaching her how to make awesome puns, because some of the earlier ones were not as good.
It's debatable. but-
Yes, you've totally taught me how to make all the puns.
It was me. I did it.
Yep. I will let you believe that.
So, we just left off. We learned a ton of stuff about the Avarian Forest, and yet, with every new mystery uncovered, there are new mysteries uncovered.
to uncover.
Yeah.
Uncovering mysteries. is-
God, I'm doing good.
More answers just lead to more questions.
Yes.
So here we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Just leave Cassie in a library again to collect more notes.
Oh, I'm with Monty. We're doing our own thing.
Oh yeah, so are you gonna be with Monty while they go talk to Nezva?
I mean, the
Have
whole
we
time I was
completely,
like,
split?
yeah, I was like after Monty, and I was like ritual casting, like find familiar. So I'm like entertaining him with like a little imp that
Oh.
can change and like.
It's an hour for that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
mean, you know.
So you and Monty are just gonna hang out
Yeah,
and you're
we're
just gonna
just chilling.
babysit him for a while and nobody's
You
gonna be
come
worried
with us,
about that.
I don't know if you guys are done.
Nezva? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you guys would see each other from across the hall. It's mostly emptied out now. Cassie is playing with Monty, making little shapes and figures, and Monty's just like, "Wow, Cassie, you're the coolest!" Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Hi.
look over there. Bree and Zara are done talking to the people.
Oh, you want to follow me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Okay,
go.
Let's go.
Yeah, we grab hands and we walk over.
Hey guys.
Hey, so I was watching those Alphae that you told me to watch,
Yeah.
and I saw them talking to you.
Yeah, you
Good.
did.
It's a good observation, Monty.
Well done.
I did it.
Yeah.
Cassie taught me how.
Mm-hmm.
You learn so quickly, and you're so sneaky. You always impress me.
Yay!
But also, you should maybe learn how to like.
Can I try the wine?
No.
Not tonight.
Yeah,
No.
sure.
No.
No? How old are you? I don't know. I don't know how old
17?
anyone is.
Monty, do we lie to Harper?
6, 8.
There's my
9?
boy.
I don't know.
You're 689.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
he was
super
9.
old.
I think he was 9.
He doesn't really know himself, I don't
That's
think.
fair.
I feel like we probably let kids drink in Waterdeep at the brothel. It's like France.
That's not maybe an example to.
I'm gonna say that, like, Monty, being the quick little handed scamp that he is, he,
Yeah,
like,
he's
grabs
totally
Bree's
gonna-
drink, but then, like, Bruto just sort of, like, walks up out of nowhere and just, like, plucks it out of his hand. And is like,
Oh yeah, Bruto's back.
you know, not here in the Avarian. Monty, go, where did you even come from? Go to your room. It's your bedtime. It's far too late. And he's like, I still see the sun up. He's like, we're in a mountain. You don't see the sun. Monty, if you will allow me to escort you back to your room for bedtime, I will give you one dagger practice fight before you go to sleep. And Monty's like, yeah, this is my dagger. And he's like,
I like when the NPCs have like
Yes.
arguments or discussions with each other. It's just Lily talking.
my NPCs are people.
I love how good with kids Bruto is. I was not expecting that. I love it.
Bruto's the best.
He is. I got a new respect for him. Anyway.
So he's just like, oh, I'll take him to bed and see you in the morning for this expedition to the Underdark.
Yes.
Yeah.
No problem.
To the Underdark?
To the gate of the Underdark. Perhaps we go in, perhaps we don't. We don't know
Perhaps
what will
we
cause
don't.
the thing.
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe
Yeah,
we
we'll
should.
figure it out in the
Let's go
morning.
in.
Yeah.
Cassie is with me. We spoke about it.
Great.
Yeah. If also if you want to have a nightcap before we go to bed, I'll be.
You don't want me to send Piero? You sort of completely forgot
Is
about it.
Is Piero here?
I can't remember. We've all forgotten about Piero.
Well, I guess I don't know if he's here. Sure, I mean he can come too. I don't really.
All right. Well, I will come and find you then.
Okay.
And he wanders off with Monty.
All right. To
I like to imagine they do that weird like look back thing they do where they're like never timing it.
Bruto doesn't look back.
He looked back that one time we were at the ball.
Yeah, that was at the ball, Bree. You can't just rely on men to have the same reaction every time they see you.
Nah, Bree's
Truth.
consistent.
Bree is
expects
consistent. Bruto, who knows? He barely even likes people.
Yeah.
all right.
we'll
Should
see.
we head to our talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you like to find where Nesva is? You have no idea where she lives or anything.
Oh, hey, Monty, come back for a sec. You explored around here before. Did you see where Nesva went?
I like just got here this morning. Kind of.
Oh, okay.
Like with everyone else here.
Oh, okay. We just wanted to check.
This
No,
is a secret mountain. I'm not allowed here most of the time.
that's true. And
Even my whoosh, whoosh, sneakiness, it's like really hard.
yeah, thank you. All right, you can go back to Bruto and go to bed and have sweet dreams.
Bruto's
bud.
like, are you looking for Nesva?
yeah. Do you know?
Oh, yes, I believed. Looks at his wrist for no discernible reason. I believe during this, when the sun is in the sky at this point.
Bruto, we're in a mountain.
You can't see the sun.
Bruto finished.
Is it your bedtime, Bruto? Is it your
Hi.
bedtime? Do you need to go sleepies?
I know where their sun is in the sky because I am an adult, unlike children. It doesn't matter if I'm in a mountain. Yes, I
drunk.
believe after this meeting, she mentioned that she had to go to the what's that thing that she said? Oh yes, another meeting of some kind with some people that she is friends with at the tavern in the town.
There's a tavern in here?
Oh yes.
So we should probably
Okay.
maybe go to the
right.
tavern. Maybe.
Thanks, Bruto.
Thanks.
All right, you take care of Monty, okay?
Which way's the tavern?
I was thinking of just throwing him off of the mountain, but if you say take care of him, I guess I can do this.
Bruto has sass. Okay then.
Bruto's
Bruto's been drinking.
Yeah.
Sort of weaves off with him, and suddenly a thought comes in your mind like, Bruto's kind of drunk and doing dagger practice with Monty. It'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
He can handle it. Bruto's a very experienced fighter.
Cool. So where's the tavern, guys?
I assume we got.
Just go that way.
Yeah.
He points. He gives you directions. to the
Okay,
tavern.
all right, okay. So
Bree's also kind of like, we could have probably found the tavern.
well, you could probably have found the tavern, I'm sure.
Ooh.
Probably.
Yeah.
We don't know
'Cause
how
I have
burns here in
skills.
the forest. Zara. Where's
I
our
have
marker?
skills.
I forget where our marker is. I don't
Burn
know.
tower.
Oh, it's still got my mean comment from last time.
I've been not very good at washing it, apparently.
okay.
We have to figure out a better way to do it.
I like how you said that though, like it was a burn, but I don't think Bree
it's
would even
also
take
blue.
it as a burn. She'd be
it's
like, yeah, I probably could find a
We can
tavern.
clip it or something.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So Cassie's coming. Cassie gets dragged along.
Yeah. Are you coming
Bye,
away?
Monty. Catch you later.
Yeah.
Monty's like,
It's all right. There might be
"You
live
wanna
music.
come with us?
Huh?
You want to come with us and practice with the daggers?
No. We need you for some stuff.
And things. Things too.
Cassie, think
You'll
about
see
the
Cassie
Underdark.
in the morning. Don't you worry.
Okay.
And then you can show her your skills.
All right, tavern. Let's go to the tavern.
All right, so you all make your way over to the tavern, kind of like dragging Cassie by the scruff of her neck, I imagine.
I feel like Bree's probably just like, think about the Underdark. We're gonna find out more about the Underdark.
I just want to go.
We should probably find out more about it before we
Is
go.
this like a deep-seated like desire of yours that you've had for like a very long time?
Is this in character?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. No, I just adventure, right? We're adventurers.
Well, we are, but you know,
Uh-huh.
there's adventure and then there's just death. And
But-
I feel like
might be a
maybe
tiefling thing.
But people like us are from the Underdark. We're
Yeah.
not scared. It's like home.
Yeah, it's like a tiefling
Home.
thing.
I've never been.
I mean, okay.
I think
Okay.
we should go.
I think that we maybe came out of the Underdark for a reason. Like maybe we're like, peace, don't want that no more.
But who wouldn't want this?
This
I
meaning
can
not the
imagine,
Underdark.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, of course,
Excuse me.
everybody would want you, Cassie. It's more just thinking. I'm more thinking like keeping you safe.
Okay.
Bree in her mind
we'll
is
go
like 10 points
tomorrow.
to Cassie. She's like, touche.
Classic Cassie. So you approach the tavern. It's easy to see because a lot of those diplomats you just saw, they just came over to here. So it is a stone building set in the wall in the main square of the citadel. There is, a number of people milling around outside on what would be like a patio, except it's just people drinking outside. It seems to be pretty busy and like lively as everyone is celebrating. You know, you see a lot of people who hadn't seen each other in a while since the last like political meet or whatever the hell happened. And you
Celebrating while
enter
the world
and you
burns.
see
I was gonna
Nesva
say.
sitting at a table with 3 people who you don't recognize. There
Are they
is-
dwarves?
They are dwarves. They are all dwarves. One of them is a man, and he appears to be smoking, which is confusing because you know that there's no fire in the Avarian, but nobody's like really calling him out on it. So he's just like constantly like doing this and just like, and you can hear his like gravelly voice from over there. There's also woman who is a very spry, sort of like a little bit taller of a dwarf, and she's about like 5 feet, I think. And she is sort of like swaying back and forth in her seat. Oh God, I'm gonna have to do these voices.
You don't have to.
Oh, I'm going to.
I?
So if you would like to see the original players play these characters, you can check out our Plus Fun episode from last week, as this is Balderdash, Pendersnatch, Gertie, and Gilgi sitting here with Nesva.
Cool. And one of them is smoking.
Yeah. Or appears to be. He's just sort
Balderdash.
of like,
Balderdash.
Oh, I thought that was Gertie.
No.
No.
Balderdash.
Gertie's
That's
just
Bandersnatch.
drinking.
Gertie swaying.
Yeah.
Gertie's got like a keg pulled up to her, and she sort of has like a little straw that's coming out of the top of it to her
Man.
thing.
I mean, that's
Wants to hang out with
badass.
her.
I have to tell you, like that is commitment to a keg.
Mm-hmm.
But
I go up, sit down, and pull up a chair and say, "Hi, Nesva."
Oh, hello, Harper, Don Morton. It's so good to see you here. I saw you walking around at the reception hall. It didn't look like you were really dressed for such an occasion, but you fit right in here, don't you?
Oh, I forgot about her.
Oh, I like her.
Oh, she's awful, but
I'm gonna come sit next to
Yeah.
Harper.
Oh,
and be like,
Zara.
I think she's dressed beautifully, don't you?
Oh, I do. It really fits in with the casual attire of this whole place. Are you
I mean, we're on
here?
a patio.
Yes.
Bree's gonna go and grab a drink inside.
we were kind of in a tavern or in a temple. We heard that you and I assume your companions here went there, and I'm gonna. Does she have a pint in front of her?
Mhm.
I'm gonna take a swig out of it.
I don't know how to respond.
No, wait, that's what we're saying.
That's what I'm
That
trying
is
to
a
think.
power move. Oh my goodness.
I feel like Nesvo would just, like,
Close to-
her eyes would open really wide. I cannot do that. The eyebrows, so like something like. Oh, I understand that you might not be able to get your own drinks, but Gertie, why don't you share that barrel that you have over there? Oh God. Patrick, I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, of course. Here. Taps the keg, like slides a pint over to you.
Yeah. I say thanks. I put the new pint in front of Nesva, and I down her pint.
Nesva's like, okay. Temple you mentioned?
Yeah. Do you want to tell us more about that?
So Balderdash pulls it's basically a twig that he has in his mouth, and it appears as though he's using prestidigitation to create
it
the
look-
effect
Oh, I
of
love
fire.
it.
And so he's just constantly going like this, and he's like, we were down in that temple like last week and 2 weeks ago, something like that. Yes, you can never be sure. We do so many important things here. And Balderdash is like, yeah, we saw a lot of stuff down there. Pretty crazy. Nesva saved us by closing the rift when Trizzle jumped in and Nesva's like, Balderdash. And
Wait.
he's like,
Trizzle. Don't you guys know Trizzle?
I'm sure Trizzle is a very common name across many dragonborns with tiny mutated arms or whatever.
There's, I'm sure, lots of them. Lots of.
I'm getting a drink. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
very,
where are
very
you? Are you
common,
with
yeah.
her?
No, I'm not.
Where are you?
I'm just. Who's performing?
Nobody. Do you want to be?
Yeah, I'll pull
Yes.
up a chair and I'll fucking perform.
Okay, cool. Roll me a
Amazing.
Oh,
performance.
gosh, sorry.
And Bree gets a drink and is watching Cassie perform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Is that an
nice.
18? 18 plus 11.
As Balderdash profusely objects against these, are you performing with any specific intention? Or are you
yes.
just
I'm gonna do enthralling performance.
Ooh.
And I will charm Nesva and that whole group.
Ooh.
Oh wait, you can do that.
I charm too.
Bard, yo!
Yo,
The best bard!
right?
Yes!
Do I have to? I think it's creatures you choose, right?
okay.
And it's a
So I'm
wisdom
not
saving
charmed.
throw for me.
It's a wit save. Yep. And yeah, so for those characters.
DC
16.
16. Okay, so wait, is that enough people? No, one more.
Wait, didn't you roll a 30 or something? 18 plus 11?
Yeah, but it's her
DC is
enthralling
right, right,
performance. So what are you performing?
Ariana song.
Oh wait, are we gonna actually do the singing part? Because I would like to ask Jess to sing.
Oh god, I can't.
Only if you lip sync along to Jess's singing.
No problem, I'll do
Oh my
that.
god, so are we doing lip sync battle, the?
Does the chat have any recommendations?
Oh
Yes,
god.
chat.
Give
Give us a good
Shit.
You're
recommendation.
supposed to be doing a persuasive song for them, right? Like you're trying
Yeah.
So basically, how enthralling performance works is she's being some kind of glamorous musician, and people who watch her and don't make their wisdom saving throw, they are then entranced by her and think very kindly of her. And glamour bards are
should
so
do, like,
OP.
So good,
to
right?
only girl in
Charmed.
the world or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Or you can rap something really intimidating.
I'm not gonna rap anything at all, ever, anywhere.
Oh,
in
I can
any
rap.
Context.
I know how to rap.
Yes, please.
You looked
You
at
can
your
do it
phone
if you
so
want.
suspiciously at that point.
Oh, I just wanted
Like
to see
your
if
phone
they
was
had
like-
any suggestions.
I
for
thought you were gonna
songs.
rap.
I mean,
was like,
I can sing a thing, I guess.
The Desperate Dragon?
I do not know that.
Nope.
Or-
Okay, we're gonna go with some Childish Gambino.
like some-
I wanted you to know that I was ready to blow. Heartbeat, my heartbeat.
Okay.
That's all you get.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're rapping?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're rapping.
I was gonna sing like a song from Chicago or something.
What's
Like-
Chicago?
Sure.
Like no, but no, it's fine. You did the rap.
Okay,
It's good.
cool.
Yeah.
Man, I love Childish Gambino. Anyways, so yeah, you start laying down the beats across the tavern, and as Balderdash is profusely like arguing against you and just being like, yeah, we saw all these things and this stuff, and it was crazy, man. You guys then all look in surprise as Cassie is standing on top of a chair, tapping her lute to a rhythm, and laying down some sick beats, some awesome raps. And you all feel like a strange power behind it. There's like this energy that fires up. Everyone in the room is now looking at her, and you see a bunch of people like nodding their head, and all of a sudden, Balderdash, Giggly, and Gertie are all just like wide-eyed staring. Nesva, however, is sort of like leaning on the table, looking at you like,
Can I assist her?
there are questions that you would like to ask. I'll have you know that our archaeological expedition was crucial in finding out the type of different monsters that would be entering the Lowa Mountains. When we were down there, one of our companions accidentally triggered some sort of magical effect, which then caused a creature to come out and attack us. It was this horrible giant skeleton thing. Now, some things happened that I am not proud of, but at the end of the day, we managed to close the rift to the Underdark. I have no idea how that second rift was opened, but
What? Second rift? Where? Same place as the first?
I have no idea. You're the ones who have been investigating it, haven't you?
Well, you
A
were the
second
one
rift
who
was
mentioned it.
opened
How'd you
so
know?
How do you know? And where?
because of all of the monsters of the Underdark that are spilling out here. It's
But-
like common knowledge. that,
Oh,
like, there's a
okay.
tear somewhere.
But how do you assume that the rift is down there? Did you check?
We got out of there because things were going to kill us. There were monsters just streaming out of this thing like you have no idea. And no, I did not check where it is coming from. That is why we are trying to find it now, and we haven't been able to.
Bree comes up to the group and is like, "You guys hear that? Man, Cassie's killing it.
She is great.
She's
I would
pretty
love to hire her, but possibly for criminology or psychology or something.
Yeah,
That's fair.
this rap is really making me feel like that would be a skill she'd be really good at. Actually,
Me also.
So you did something to close the rift.
I did.
You closed a rift?
Yeah. So do you remember what it was? Could you replicate it? Is this replicable?
Not exactly. There are. Roll a persuasion and give me a reason to tell you, because you guys do not have good repertoire with Nesva.
No, we don't.
You know what? I'll take that
I like
persuasion
her.
at disadvantage because of Harper's power move.
Fair. Yeah.
But for all of us?
Yeah.
Harper is getting
I
karma
don't think
so
Bree
much
would persuade
lately.
at this point because I don't even think she knows what's going on. She's just walking to the
Yeah.
table. She's like, "What are we talking about?"
6. Persuasion, I have +7. So the lower of those is a 13.
Okay. Pitch me.
Okay, gosh. So I feel like we're really on the same team here. None of us want the monsters here. We all want them to go away. And I feel like if you help us by telling us how you closed the rift, and if you give us a sense of how it was done, even if it was difficult, even if there was something lost, maybe we can help you figure out a better way to do it next time so we can all win.
Nesva looks around at the crowds of people who are all just like entranced with Cassie, including her friends at her table, and she's just like, "Why don't you go watch closer?" And they are all like, yeah, all right, well, and they meander over closer to Cassie. Cassie, you see is 3 very strange dwarves just like stand in front of you. One of them dragging like a keg behind them with a straw sticking out of it.
Seems like my kind of
Another one
people.
smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are probably your new band. And Nesva leans into the table. She looks at you. Not quite making eye contact, but looking like she's trying to look at all of you.
Bree also doesn't look at her.
And she says, my companions do not know the extent of what it is exactly that I did, and I have not shared it with them or anyone else because it is, well, controversial, to say the least.
Just one of the biggest sins you could commit in the forest.
But it worked,
Oh.
says Bree.
Excuse me?
Wait,
what?
Why don't you say it?
Why don't you say what is on your mind, Harper Don Mortan?
Why don't
I-
y'all
Harper,
just stop talking?
Let
I lean in close so that just if anyone's happened to hear, they can't, or doing my best. You destroyed the physical presence of the forest.
What?
The spirit itself. You ripped it
Oh,
open.
How do you know that?
All right.
How can you possibly know anything
wrong?
about this?
What?
You don't know anything about what you're speaking about.
Am
here.
I wrong?
Cozy gladiator
Bree
life.
does one of those like little like. I can't do it.
Yeah,
'cause I don't
yeah.
know how to do it. Bree,
Uh-huh.
recruiter
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And she's like, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Everyone just shut up. Now, we're all on the same team, right? Do we all not want to protect the people that live here in this mountain?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, well then.
You should ask your friend.
Well,
to hold her tongue.
I think that what we should all do is shut the hell up. Persuasion.
What is?
Is
that what? No,
you have a +8?
I have a +8 or 9 to it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
17.
Everyone shuts up. Everyone's listening.
Now, what really matters here is that you said there was a rift. You closed the rift. We might have some intel as to where a new rift might be. You want to become, I think this is the right term, polis. You want to become the polis here in the Lowa clan, I
I was
assume.
supposed to be the polis already.
Yeah. But if you want to become the polis, I think there might be a way we can make that happen.
She looks at you with interest. Flash over to Cassie. You have these 3 people standing in front of you. They're under your enthralling performance, so you can ask them questions if
Do
you
you
like.
guys want to form a band?
Balderdash is like, yeah, absolutely. I always wanted to.
Yeah.
I've got a great voice for singing.
Alright, so you want to be the front man?
Yeah, I
Yeah?
think
All right,
I
come
could
up
be a
here.
real good frontman.
Come up here.
He gets up on the chair with you, so you're both like,
Yeah.
like it's like a normal chair. You're both just
Alright.
like standing, and then he just starts like laying down beatboxing on top of your rapping with his
Alright.
cigarette, like. Pop.
Okay, what about you two? You also want to come up?
Geekly is
On the
like,
chair.
yeah, I try a lot of different things, and she picks up one of your spare instruments, and it's just like, you know that it was in tune, but as soon as she touches it, it's like off tune. It does not sound
It's
good.
okay.
You make it
You
work.
got it.
Gertie is just like, ooh, I am a dancer, so I would like to do some high kicks, and she just starts like flailing
Love
around
it.
in front of you
Yes.
and backflip.
Bree turns
right
back
now.
and looks at what's happening and goes, look, if they can all get along in their weird, I'm not sure what's happening there, but if they can do that, we can come together and do what's best for the Lowa clan.
That's probably the most persuasive thing I've heard all day.
We're like a bargain bin band.
So what we need from you is
It cannot be replicated. What I did cannot be replicated, not
Why?
for years, anyways.
Why?
I know that you have spent time in the archives and you have heard the legends of the body of the Avarian and clearly have made some very judgmental opinions about it.
Harper's learned to shut up, so she's just.
I mean, I don't think we're the only ones that made some judgmental that have some judgmental opinions. I think you know the weight of what you carry.
I do. And I've carried it now for 2 weeks without telling anyone, including my friends. looks over at the
But you
twitching
did
group
what you
of
had
people.
to do for your clan.
But
I did at a cost. We, me and Giggly had been studying and looking for some proof of archaeological remnants or powers. I've always been interested in the legend of the body of the Avarian, how it grows, regrows, and I thought perhaps with the death of my career, shall we say, that this might be a new beginning, and I might be able to reclaim some honor and glory. I convinced my friends to set out on an archaeological expedition to the Path of the Pilgrims, where I found evidence to suggest that perhaps it recently had the body regrow there. We went down. The body was not there. The wishing well was there, but it was warped. There were things in it that I did not understand, webbing of light and all these things. And then our friend took a sample of the webbing, which then triggered a colossal creature to attack us. It looked like a skeleton. It looked like a humanoid giant skeleton. We defeated it. But as we did, that facade fell away. And that's when I realized that that creature was the Avarian itself,
But-
or the body of it. It wasn't supposed to be moving. It wasn't supposed to be alive. The body, when it regrows, is always still, like a tree. But something must have changed it, and
Corrupted it.
like a
perhaps.
skeleton with a webbing. So can I do an Arcana check? Because would I have ever read anything about this or no? Would I? No. Okay, this is totally just new to me.
Yeah, it's like you have no idea. This is all like Avarian magic, mumbo jumbo. And she continues and she says, "Well, as soon as I realized what that creature was, that was when that was when my friend decided to jump into the pool, and that was when I believe she opened the first gate to the Underdark. She mentioned vision, seeing things that I had never seen before. It was difficult to pull her out of it, but as soon as we did, all of these monsters started coming and attacking and fighting us, and I didn't know what to do. I just knew I had heard that the body of the Avarian contained powers within it, and I just saw my friends, they were all in danger, and I didn't know what to do. I thought that the monsters were going to overrun the city, and I just saw everyone dying before me, death upon death. And so I tried it. I cut open the Avarian, and I found inside a Riantan flower, which I then used to close the gate.
Oh no.
You can never, ever, ever tell anyone about this. If you do, I will make sure that you are ruined.
Oh
No.
we're not. That's.
You can see that she has like fierce tears in her eyes. She's like, looks incredibly upset and angry and emotional, but like not in all of the normal ways that she is any of those things. Like this is like profoundly affecting her.
That's the last thing we would ever do.
Yeah, Nesva, I'm sorry. I know about seeing too much death and trying to protect your friends and being forced in tough
I didn't have a
situations.
choice.
You didn't, and I it wasn't right of me to guilt you, and I'm sorry.
You should
I'm
be.
truly sorry.
Choice or no choice, we have a few courses of action here.
Do we still have any Riantan flowers?
I have one in my bag.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
We have one choice. We have one course. We have a couple of courses of action here. One, we need to obviously get rid of this rift.
I think we can do that.
Two, if we actually want things to change here, no one can know what you did.
And no one will from
Please.
us.
Thank you. I know I am not always a kind person, but it truly means a lot to me that you would keep my secret, as it has been difficult.
We all make choices and we must live with them.
And
Bree says-
as you say that, we all look over to the group of people flailing around Cassie. She stands on a chair with like the three of them dancing around her.
We're called the bargain bin bitches.
Yes.
Bree goes like that.
Coming to your city soon.
Oh God, I hope not.
I really hope so.
Oh my god.
Bree applauds
I
and goes and says, "We must." So it seems that what must happen next is we're gonna have to handle this.
You should know.
And beyond that, we should try to find something that we might be able to do. I don't know if we'll be able to do it within our time, but I would be happy to help you find and try to reconnect the spirit that you were hunting for before with the forest.
What should we know?
You should know that I also lied to you when your friend Trizzle was here. I advised her to run after what happened because I was afraid of a scandal. So I don't know where she is anymore, and I'm very sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. We already knew that.
Yeah, you should be.
How did you know that?
Harper.
She
I
said
don't
it to
know.
me.
Harper.
You live here in the Avarian. There's visions all over the place here. What's up with
This is
that?
true. It's because we don't have television, so
Good.
we only have Avari vision.
Well, says Bree, I'm over it. But it's fine.
good. Oh
It's
my
fine.
goodness.
Do you have an idea of where Trizzle went?
Ooh, I have no idea. I advised her there were a couple of passageways I knew out of the mountain. I'm not sure which one she took. She was in such a hurry. She was so upset about what happened, and she just took off. But I suspect that, we might learn more about her on October 8th, so tune in for that.
Very interesting. All right, well. Will you join us on the expedition to...
I would like to, but
Or is there
I
anyone
am-
you can send with us that might give us information?
She looks over again at the group of friends.
other than them,
Baldersnatch is
Already
now
initiated,
like,
yo.
yeah. Baldersnatch is now, I think, like sort of doing this weird fan dance around Cassie with his spiritual guardians of cigarettes that are all just dancing around.
Spiritual guardians of cigarettes.
Yeah, he's a cleric, and his spirit guardians are cigarettes.
Wow.
That is a
all of
choice
his
we must
spells are
live with.
cigarettes.
Wow.
So yeah, she just says, unfortunately, I would really love to clean up my mistakes and go with you, but with the political entourage coming from Lystra, my
You
duties
shouldn't
are
go,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burkor needed some support, and you seem to give good advice.
Thank you. I try my best.
Well, if there's anything you can tell us about how to use flowers for things, that would be helpful.
I just threw the rift opened up inside of the wishing well, and when I retrieved the Riantan flower from the chest of the Avarian, it just felt natural. I threw it in the pool, and then
What happened to the body?
it is still there, I believe.
And you're
It
saying,
is.
and the rift closed.
Yes.
So we're going down there tomorrow, the four of us and Bruto, and we'll try that and we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Was there any cards down there, like playing cards? I think I have two that I'm going to take out one.
I do not recognize these.
I tap it on her arm just to see if. Sorry, no, I just. Sorry.
What's that?
Oh,
What did you just do?
nothing. It was a test. These.
I don't think we're going to be friends.
I don't.
Harper, what is that?
Yeah.
Pretty forthwith. I like it.
I'm gonna.
I did not consent to being touched with your card.
Where he just kind of looks at what happened and is like,
she's still learning.
fair.
She's still learning. What?
Those
I
were
did
at
not
the.
recognize
Those
them.
were at the fountain on the pillar. Those were what we touched to cause the visions, and that's how we knew what you had done. It caused visions for us, and we saw what you did to the Vari. So, whatever, they're down there now. I think there were still 3 or 4 left
Very
untouched.
strange. May I see it? She takes it and she looks it over. She feels it. And she just goes, I have never seen anything like this before. I wonder if somehow during the opening of the rift, if
something else was opened and transported between worlds. Perhaps from this Stormcrow Manor place.
Perhaps.
Is this like is all of this just like a like?
Stormcrow promo.
Is it
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like probably
It's canon
not.
now.
We
Canon now.
It's canon. Stormcrow is now canon in this world. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, that's
You'll be surprised how many things are canon in this world.
like Rihanna.
Like Rihanna.
And Avara
Amazing.
Vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously, cigarettes that dance.
It's called homebrew, guys.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a strange. Maybe we'll go there. But it's maybe a weird demi-plane with strange things in it.
Probably.
So the body's still there. You said
It
is
should be.
But
It was when we went there.
Did you did you notice anything?
It
We
was
can
an
show it to you
yeah.
when we go tomorrow.
Yeah, it
you
was
wanna
just an
check it
empty
out.
vessel. There was nothing there.
Okay.
Did you notice anything strange? I wondered. I feel like it haunts my visions sometimes, thinking of, I just left it there.
It's just sitting there. It's not really doing anything.
It is a sad death.
It felt
It feels kind of sad.
I felt an emptiness when I held on to it. I was hoping maybe a different spirit would help wake it, and it just
I
felt
didn't
like it
wanna
was
wake it.
someone was sleeping. It felt sad.
I want, as an Avari druid, I really want to find this body because I want to see if there's any life
Yeah.
left in it. I want
It's
to see
right
if there's any.
there. There's nothing left in it.
Well, that's that. You may not know. That's not something that you would necessarily
Anything
understand.
else you want to do with your enthralling performance while they're talking?
Oh no, I'm just exchanging numbers and contact information with my
Okay, cool.
bandmates.
That's
Oh
what
God, that's amazing.
I don't like you, but I
Yeah.
trust you.
Weird. Weird decision, but okay.
Do you recognize this? And in my bag, I open it, and the pink gem that I got from down there is on top.
Her eyes kind of like light up with like a bit of a sparkle that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And she like rummages around in her bag and she pulls out like, it looks like a metal tube that's kind of a cone and it has like a big like glass lens on the end of it. And she's like,
Oh, may I see that? Please. I just want to look at it. I promise. Thank you. Thank you.
and she like affixes the thing to her eye and she's like, oh.
Harper, where'd you get that?
From down there as well. I told you that
You
when
received
we
this from down there.
But like anywhere particular, like from the
when
body.
we destroyed one of the creatures,
in the wishing
it
well.
came up in the well.
Very interesting.
I
Huh.
went in the well, but nothing happened.
You went in the well?
I went in
You
the well.
also went in the well.
But nothing happened.
She did a lot of dumb
Well, clearly something happened because this.
That was already there. There's already magic and
It
whatever
is
going.
quite magical. I do see that. It seems to me a very certain brand of magic. I'm not entirely sure. She's like examining it in every which way, smelling it, tapping it,
I think we
scratching
could use
it.
it to like get rid of corruption.
I do believe that this is a weapon of some sort that is meant to destabilize another weapon. There is a magical energy resonating from it that I think will nullify the appropriate weapon that is its opposite.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Do we just throw it or?
I believe that it has an aura about it that will negate certain things.
All right, so we just hold on to it.
Yes, yes.
okay.
Seems
Oh,
useful.
here you go.
Thank you.
You're
Do I
welcome.
believe her?
You
That
can
she
insight
knows.
check her.
I'm
She
gonna-
seems very legit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's an 18 plus whatever.
She
so-
seems very legit.
Okay, so she clearly doesn't. But like, does she seem like she wants the thing for herself, or does
No.
she? No, she just seems like
Yeah.
she's excited that maybe we have a thing that will keep us from dying.
Well,
Not so much that, but more just excited
Right.
about like, ooh, look at this
Like,
find.
and
Look
you'll
at
be
that
at
little
the
thing. Got
meet
it.
tomorrow.
Oh, yes, I will be there.
Well, just a little intel for you. We talked to the Alphae today, and we're trying to encourage them that if they were to perhaps lend some aid, they could influence others to do so, since I know that they are respected in the Avarian. And I also encouraged them to hang around just to see if they could affect some change, because I know that that is something they would like to see.
They seem to have a lot of respect for you and your position.
Yes.
You kind of see like the flash of maybe like tears, maybe just like a trick of the light or something, and she sort of like rubs her eyes and she just says,
It is appreciated that you would speak on our behalf. And I am honored and flattered and hope that if you should ever need, that perhaps you will use my favor.
Bree like flashes her like a quick smile and just goes, Nesva, I like you. But I definitely don't trust you.
Okay.
But it's okay.
You all have a very strange way of...
But it's all right. I don't trust anyone, says Bree, and she just takes a drink, finishes her beverage, and is like, all right, let's go to bed. I'm over it.
We'll see you tomorrow then.
Tomorrow, in the morning, at the meet.
All right.
Gosh.
Cassie, are you done performing?
Yeah, man.
Performance was amazing.
It was brilliant.
It was-
One of the best I've ever seen.
It was
And-
really something.
Yeah.
special.
And the
I
rest
know.
of your bandmates were incredible as well.
You gain the favor of your bandmates.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
remember to-
also the timing of you guys playing together, that was like, I don't know if you were aware of what was going on, but that was pretty tight.
You ever aware of what's
Oh,
going on?
Just wanted to start a band, you know? Nice backup members and it's great.
Yeah, keep starting bands with people.
Yeah.
And politically, that's gonna look great for us.
Yes.
Absolutely. Amazing.
All right, so you guys all go back to your chambers, rest up.
Bree's gonna go back to where, probably like roughly where she was before in that like hall, and have like try to find like a bottle of something and have a final drink like she said she was going to.
Do you want to
Whether-
just take one from the tavern? Like they'd be happy.
Oh
to-
yeah, she'll
Yeah.
probably just take one from
Yeah,
there and then go and like just drink it there and like chill. She's not going to expect anyone to come hang out with her, but she is going to have that.
Where
final
is
drink.
she?
She's back in the like room that they were in.
Oh, the reception
Yeah,
hall?
the reception hall. Just
Yeah,
chilling.
so you wait there for.
she's just gonna go until she finishes her drink.
Okay, cool.
She
So,
goes
and
back.
it's like a bottle of something, I'm guessing.
Probably not like a full bottle. Like she'd probably like maybe like a bottle of beer, but she's not gonna drink like an entire bottle of wine before
Okay.
she fights tomorrow. She's
Makes sense.
yeah.
Responsible Bree.
Sometimes.
Anything you guys wanted to do?
Well, I wanted to talk to Harper,
Okay.
Oh,
but because Harper, you have to be careful.
I'm assuming you guys do this in your room.
yeah. We're
we're
Cassi.
sort of back
Yeah.
back
What
there.
are you doing?
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna grab a pint with my beer. My
Your
teammates.
band?
My bandmates.
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Give me just like a general charisma check.
All right.
Oh, you got this.
Oh. I don't. It's a 13.
Okay, cool. So you like, they were already a group of friends that you have just kind of inserted yourself into.
Yep.
After your enthralling performance wears off, they don't realize that they were charmed, but they do like. It's not as enthralling anymore. But they do, welcome you in. You all have a good drink together, some laughs, and you have the feeling that, like, you get to know them a little bit. Nesva seems a little more comfortable with you than she is with these people.
And before I let these two have their awesome moment, do you mind if I just do an investigation while I'm in the reception area and see if I notice anything that anybody dropped or anything? Oh, probably not, but
Not rolling the best tonight.
not tonight. 11.
Yeah, it's like a pretty cleared out room because they would have had the staff come through and wipe it
cleaned
all
up.
up and
Cool.
clean it out. We'll get back to you in a second, though, and let these two
Yeah.
have their moment.
I feel like there should be a spin-offs room called Roll for Bandage.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry about that. So,
A-team.
So I feel like Zara is sort of like she's not the super most it's not that she's not impressed with Harper. I think she's just a little concerned that she's flying off the handle, and I think she's sort of realizing like the age difference a little bit. Like she's sort of like she's thought that Harper is like really cool and like really, but she's seeing like the other side of like being a total badass is like trying to be a total badass when maybe it's not warranted. What?
No, I'm not thinking that.
So like
What would
Harper.
you like to say to Harper?
Harper, what happened? What was that? You have to be careful.
I don't like Nesva, and I was just tired, and I thought maybe I could intimidate her a little bit, and she would, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just not been thinking clearly, and I just need to go to bed.
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm not upset at you. I just, sometimes intimidation is not necessarily the best way forward. I know it's hard. I know it must be hard for you, but, What did you see in that place? I mean, I'm a little concerned that maybe you're not thinking clearly because something's gone into your mind. Like, what's happened?
No, it's not. The something else. It's me that's in my mind. If that makes sense. That doesn't make sense.
No, it does make sense.
Like I said, I get these flare-ups where I don't think, and I just need to focus on my body and keep working, and I don't know. I just need to.
It sounds like you need to do the opposite of keep working, honestly. It sounds like you need a little bit of a break. It sounds like you've been working since you were a kid.
I've been fighting since I've been a kid, and when this happens, work out or do something, or I just sleep for a couple days, and
Does it help?
No, because then I go back into the ring and I'm weak, and I can't be weak or else I die.
Okay, but so here's the thing, Harper. That's not how it is here. You're not in the ring anymore. You don't have to be strong all the time. You're allowed to let other people help you. You don't... If all you do is try to be strong and try to intimidate and try to take what you learned in the ring and put it elsewhere in your life, that all you're going to get is the same result. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you try to just let go and not fight for just tonight? Just try tonight to not fight.
Okay.
And relax. Okay? And we'll see how you feel in the morning.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. I've never had someone to really talk about this before and feel like I was listened to. I was heard.
Well, that's why you get a scholar who's used to nothing but listening and learning, and I've got the opposite problem. I put my head in books, and that's where it goes, and I don't focus on anything else. But I think I've found something else to focus on for now.
Thanks. I give you a big hug, long hug.
Yeah, big hug.
Yeah.
All right. Go to bed. Go to bed.
Thanks.
Stop fighting.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
for now, okay?
Yeah. All right. And
Okay.
Harper goes to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wait up.
Harper.
Oh God. I'm gonna wait up until I hear you, like, your breathing sort of steady, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Big Zarper moment. That's very sweet, guys.
Yeah.
So in the reception hall, you wait for about half an hour, you have a beer, you hang out, you look around, sort of, I imagine, just a little lost or just wandering.
Yeah, I think Bree's taking some time to reflect on, what right now, what she's thinking about as she's wandering around is, one, she's kind of looking for maybe any clues that might be around, but she's also kind of just thinking to herself about the weight of the fact that we kind of have an idea now how to close a rift. We know that there's the threat of that portal opening, but she's confused as to whether or not can they use Realton flowers can be used to open portals, they can be used to close rifts, but can they be used to close portals? Is there a way that she'll be able to potentially ever get out of here? And she's just kind of dealing with the weight of that. And I think missing a little bit, that talk with Harper earlier is kind of coming back to her, and it's making her kind of miss her home. More than she would ever admit to anybody.
So you wander around looking for something familiar or of comfort or of interest, feeling displaced in this world and not quite here yet. You're out for about I'd say 20 minutes, half an hour before you head back to your room. Leaning on the doorway of your room is Bruto with a couple of glasses, and he's just you said you wanted to meet for a nightcap, and I thought I'd bring you some wine from Lystra. It's much finer. I haven't been waiting here long, not half an hour or anything.
Oh, sorry. I thought I went to it's fine. That would actually be really nice.
Do you want to... I don't have to come in your room. I know a few areas out here. We could walk if you like.
No, we can have a drink in my room, but I need company tonight, but I also need space, if that makes sense. Bree kind of like just kind of like pushes her hair back and like touches her horns and is like, this is really weird because normally I'm not the person to do this, but could we just talk and maybe like hold hands?
Sure. I mean, if you're looking for company, but also looking for space, that sounds like basically exactly what I do. So I am here. I am a physical body. I will hold your hand and pour your wine, and we don't have to talk if you don't want to.
Bree kind of like laughs and almost like cries for a second, and then like checks her emotions, and is like, "Yeah, that would be really nice."
And you walk into the room. He like literally does not let go of your hand until you let go. He's like trying to like put down the wine glasses and like
Bree
pour all the
definitely watches this with amusement and does not let go of his hand and really enjoys the distraction.
I can imagine the cork bottles just like a struggle to.
I've got it. I've opened many bottles this way before.
Smash the neck of the bottle against the wall and then just here.
Bruto's like, in the Underdark, this is how we always open bottles.
Yeah, it's a real monster. And you pass a few hours together. Is anything in particular you wanted to ask him, or you just wanted to
I think
hang out?
Bree just wants the company. Like, she kind of wants to be a little distracted. I think she might try to ask questions about the Underdark, but I imagine a lot of that will just be Bruto being like, of course.
This is very dark. It's hard to see. There's not a lot of light.
Isn't he a half elf? Does he have dark vision?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's just right. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. He's just.
And I think
bullshitting.
Bree still doesn't even know if he's bullshitting or not. She's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It's probably
Yeah.
dark.
So you develop, the beginnings of what is a very nice friendship. He updates you on Piero very uselessly because you didn't ask about Piero, but Bruto wants to tell you about Piero. He's like, oh, he was supposed to come on this expedition, but then he got caught up with some other business in the city and had to guard for, this and that. So unfortunately, he could not be here to keep you better company, but...
Bree's like, it's nice to know that he's doing well, but honestly, I'm really glad that you're here.
Oh. More wine?
Yeah.
You spend a very amiable time with Bruto. He doesn't stay too late because, of course, you got a big fight in the morning. And
Bree actually wants him to stay. Bree asks him to stay, but it's just lay next to me.
Do we still
If
have
you
to
want.
hold hands? I'd like to
we
sleep
don't
with
have to.
my hands like this.
No, we don't have to hold hands.
All right.
All right. And then just go.
Pretty
Pretty
Does
much
he do the
for-
starfish thing where he's just taking up the whole bed?
I feel like Bruto's not really a
He probably
starfisher.
sleeps militarily.
Yeah, I feel like he
Just,
sleeps on his side like this
Yeah.
and very still, eerily still.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you all wake up in the morning, you gather, and you see Bruto walking out of Bree's room, and he sort of nods at all of you and is like, I need to change my things. I will meet you in the reception hall, and we will set off.
Okay.
Nobody's got questions for Bree?
I mean, I figured.
Bree's just like, bye.
Okay, cool.
When
Nobody's got
sometimes when two consenting adults love each other, they or just kind of don't hate each other. Sometimes things happen. We get it.
Okay, cool.
Huh, did you say that to Bree, or are you just acknowledging that in your mind?
No, I'm just acknowledging that in my mind.
Yeah.
But I sort of look at Bree and I'm like,
You're also gossipy normally. I'm just surprised. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Good times. Good times.
I mean, you don't
did you-
have to ask her.
Did you have a good night? We needed
Yeah.
sleep. We have a big day today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get enough sleep?
Yeah.
You got enough sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Did Bruto?
I mean, I don't. I hope so. Why did you ask him? I was asleep. Bree just kind of looks at you guys super confused and is like, not everything is about sex, guys.
But some things.
And she just walks away like this from the group and is like, we should go. We have work to do.
Oh, yeah, you sleeping?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to wake up Cassie?
Oh my God, Cassie!
Are we doing this for the next session or continuing?
Yeah. We're waking you up. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you?
Yeah.
Bree would walk off unless you guys are going to try to wake up Cassie.
Actually-
She'll probably come back to jump on her bed again.
I'm gonna come around and do just still, I assume you sleep like in a burrito within
Yeah.
your duvet.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like princess lift you still like in burrito mode and just like, I got her, let's go.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
We talked the whole night through. Good morning to you.
She's fast asleep.
Yeah,
No,
so
wait,
you just
no.
don't care. You're just like, what the fuck are you doing?
No.
Cool.
So you all set off in the direction of the reception hall.
Okay.
It is crowded in the Citadel Square like you haven't seen it before. There's all of these politicians, diplomats, people walking around, dwarves, like the common folk, are all mingling and gathering. It's almost like a festival day, except the mood is very somber. You hear, as you're like trying to make your way through the crowds, like carrying Cassie and
Yeah.
trying not to like jostle her.
Oh no, I'm trying to jostle her.
Oh.
Just,
We were
I'm not-
100% trying to make her
She
wake up.
doesn't wake up, I'm
No.
assuming.
Oh my god.
She refuses to wake up. But you're like making your way through the crowds, and you get to the front of the crowd, and you notice that someone is speaking up on the platform. The words hit you before the actual like vision comes into play. Not vision, but like the sight of the person speaking comes into play. They are beautiful, haunting words of togetherness and strength, and you recognize the underlying musical tones of an Alphae voice. They're speaking in support of the military action coming here and calling on the other clans to lend their aid. You all feel this warm, uplifting feeling sort of rise up inside of you as you feel motivated and inspired by this speech, so passionately given, so eloquently wrought. And then you look up to the stage, and standing there, Bree immediately recognizes, is the man who kidnapped her.
On the stage?
On the stage, giving this speech. And that is where we'll end the session today.
Man, so much trauma for Bree. That's all right. Bree can take it. She tough.
Oof. I never trust somebody who's too good at giving public speeches.
You shouldn't.
No, I never do.
Well,
Well,
that's that. Boys and girls.
we asked about Artem, and not the people that kidnapped you with the Alphae. Considering there's only like 107 Alphae total, they probably know each other.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that a bit racist?
There's
Like, oh, you're an Alpha, you
There's
know all the other
107.
Alphas.
They
They're
know
all
each
like
other.
one house. They're one
Oh,
clan.
right.
Yeah.
So they would
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
know each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I am.
For some reason, I don't think Bree would have even like gone there because she would have thought that like the Alphae that she interacted with were so radical that like there's no way that they could be aligned with these. Like no way.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
also,
God.
So, on that note, we stream every week on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We would love for you to join us as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the Lowa Mountain. This has been a wild ride of intrigue and
I want to know what happens, so, you know, I'm definitely going to tune in /play next week.
Thank you, Jess. Yes, one viewer. Amazing. So yeah, if you're curious of any of the lore, check out our World Anvil in the links below. We are going to be adding some more session notes so we can all start to like keep all of these wild threads tied together. What will happen? Where did Monty go? Did he survive his fight with Bruto?
hopefully.
Bruto and Bree. Is it going to happen? Burrito? Zarper? Cassie's band?
Burrito, yeah.
Burrito.
What was it? Like
The bargain bin bitches?
Bargain bin bitches.
Yeah. Amazing. So yeah, thank you for a great session, ladies. Always a good
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, people watching. We have now gone to 500 followers on Twitch, so that's super freaking cool. And thank you to Beholder's Gaze, who has been enchanting us with their dice.
Beautiful dice.
Oh,
And then they roll so well and
Oh,
get
they do.
such good rolls. Thank
So
you.
pretty. Thank you.
I mean, not for me tonight, but I'm gonna hold on to those good rolls for combat.
Yeah,
so.
do it.
There you go.
Yeah,
The first roll that Cassie, or I guess Maxine did with them was a nat 20. So we got one at least tonight.
I
but
got
it
nat
was-
20 also my
That's
first
true,
roll. Yeah,
yes.
for insight.
Yes.
So good luck. So if you want some amazing, pretty, lucky dice, nice, check out beholdersgaze.com. You can use Dameage10 to save 10% off your order. Really cool. My name is Lily. I have been your dungeon host this evening. You can follow me on justalil.nerd on Instagram. And yeah, that's about it.
Patreon.
Oh, yes, we have a Patreon that I always forget to plug. But if you want to support the stream and us, and like specifically me and Amanda and Maxine are deployed, so
Yeah.
hit us up. We also have a Ko-fi. If you don't want to subscribe to like a full monthly dealio or whatever, you can just donate through Ko-fi. We like to give NPC rewards as a Patreon tier. So Monty, for example, is an NPC that was created by another person, which is really cool. So if you want to get an NPC up into this stream, check out our Patreon. And outros on this side of the table.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Amanda McKnight. You can follow me on Instagram at VampX13. Yeah, I play Bree, and you can also join me there if you want any other nerd content or cosplay stuff or any of the other weird stuff that I do as an actor.
Yay.
I'm Jessica Linger. I am at Dr. Jessica Linger on Twitter, which is my public social media. I'm a professor, so I'm back to school this week. Yay! So if you're my student and you're watching, I'm a really big nerd. Sorry, not sorry. We're going to talk about this in the class. It'll be great. Woo! Yay!
Cool.
It's going to be really fun. Thank you so much for watching. It is always so much fun to come and stream with all my girls, and I love it. And I can't believe I get to be a nerd on the internet, and it's fun. So yeah, yay!
Awesome. Over to you guys.
I'm Megan Gibson. Find me on Twitter at MegMegGibson. Thank you again for Ben, our wonderful producer. Can we play already? And again, these wonderful ladies. And thank you for watching. Would not be here without your support, and it's so great. And thank you all.
Yay. And I'm Maxine, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Yay! But I do want to do the official shout out for
Yes.
Can We Play Already? Ben, our producer.
Thank
Give
you,
him props in
Ben.
chat. He's the best. Check him out on Can We Play Already on Twitch, Can We Play Tweets on Twitter. And of course, you can follow all of us at Roll for Damage and all of our links
Everywhere.
below. And we are getting better at intros and outros, so be proud of us. And we will see you next week. Have a great night.
Bits if you got them.
Oh yeah, give bits or
Yes,
whatever.
I guess whatever they are, a thing.
Give them to us.
Yeah.
Yay, okay, bye.
Bye.